Athletics. McDonald's, official sponsor of the LSU Tigers. Our Lady of the Lake, official healthcare provider of LSU Athletics. Albertsons, the official grocery partner of LSU Athletics. Hancock Whitney, the official bank of the LSU Tigers. People's Health, the official health plan of LSU Athletics. And by Coca-Cola, official beverage partner of the LSU Tigers.
Give me the sign! Give me the sign! Touchdown, Tigers!
LSU Game Day and the roar of LSU Fighting Tiger football lives here on the LSU Sports Radio Network. Inside the shadows of legendary Tiger Stadium, along with former Tigers Brandon Taylor and Marlon Favright, here is your host, Hunt Palmer.
Good evening, happy game day, Tiger fans. This is Fighting Tiger Football. You're listening to the LSU Sports Radio Network. Hey everybody, I am Hunt Palmer, your host for LSU Game Day, presented by 3 Olives Vodka. We are actually not in the Tiger One Village tonight, inside the Capital One Bank Studios for LSU Game Day today. And tonight, it is senior night inside Tiger Stadium. The Western Division champion LSU Fighting Tigers welcoming in a guest from Conference USA, the UAB Blazers. Tonight, over the next 90 minutes, we're going to break down this game, get you the keys to LSU's victory, scores from around the SEC and college football. It has been a wild one. If you were a big favorite, you at best got a scare. At worst, we're dealt an upset. We'll get you caught up on scores from around the country. Our Whataburger Jr. announcer will stop by. We will, of course, get you a weather check. That could be a factor tonight inside Baton Rouge. And as always, we will go inside the mind of the Tigers. So sit with us for another 90 minutes. We're getting you ready for LSU and UAB. It's LSU Game Day, presented by 3 Olives Vodka. And it's right here on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Adopt US Kids presents What to Expect When You're Expecting a Teenager. Learning the lingo.
GOAT, G-O-A-T, acronym, stands for Greatest of All Time. As in, spaghetti sandwiches for dinner? They're my fave. Dad, you're the GOAT.
You don't have to speak teen to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same. Visit adoptuskids.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
The passion, the tradition, the rivalries. SiriusXM is your destination for all things college sports, and we've got your school covered. On SEC Radio, there's complete coverage of every school in the conference, including live games, plus 24/7 talk and analysis. So cheer along online or on the SiriusXM app and listen to your favorite team anywhere. And now, as a college student, you can stream your first 3 months of SiriusXM for $1. Fees and taxes apply. See offer details and subscribe now at SiriusXM.com/SEC Sports.
And for today's STEM tip, okay, you know recycling is important. No one wants plastic in the ocean. Here's a cool way to repurpose a plastic bottle. Build an awesome terrarium. Cut a large plastic bottle in half and fill the base with sand, pebbles, potting soil, and your favorite plant. I chose an African violet. Put the top of the bottle over your base and place it in the sun. Your plant will grow sealed in its own ecosystem. Fun, right? Learn more at She Can STEM. A message from the Ad Council.
The passion, the tradition, the rivalries. SiriusXM is your destination for all things college sports, and we've got your school covered. On SEC Radio, there's complete coverage of every school in the conference, including live games, plus 24/7 talk and analysis. So cheer along online or on the SiriusXM app and listen to your favorite team anywhere. And now, as a college student, you can stream your first 3 months of SiriusXM for $1. Fees and taxes apply. See offer details and subscribe now at SiriusXM.com/SEC Sports.
the official radio companion for LSU Fighting Tiger football.
Caught at the 23, near sideline, 10-5, touchdown, Tigers!
This is LSU Game Day, presented by 3 Olives Vodka on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
For one final time in 2022, it is Saturday night in Death Valley, and we are here to get you ready for it. It's LSU Game Day presented by 3 Olives. I'm your host, Hunt Palmer, bringing in my partners in crime now, Brandon Taylor and Marlon Favorite. Guys, when we left the airwaves last week, LSU had done enough to get by Arkansas up in Fayetteville and then had to sit back and watch and see if Alabama could get the job done against Ole Miss, which would, in essence, give LSU the SEC Western Division title. That did, in fact, happen. So these guys now are winners of the West. You guys have played on SEC West champions. You played on Southeastern Conference championship teams, and this team will have an opportunity to do that in a few weeks. But it's a big deal to win the SEC West. It's a very difficult division to win, and for Brian Kelly and his staff to get that done in year 2, huge credit to them and a massive credit to the players. I wanted to start there because we didn't get to do it last week, and it's a big deal, Faith.
Yeah, this is large, especially in his first year. It makes me think about Coach Miles in his first year when Katrina hit, having that opportunity, and we saw his success in that time frame. So that's a good start, but I do like the temperament of the team, the even kill, right? I saw on the plane they made the announcement, like, yeah. Shoot, when they made our announcement, boy, Big Herm jumped up the plane, had to drop at least 1,000 feet. Watch out there. You know, we were much more excited than that team looked, but it just speaks about how focused they are and how ready they're to go.
Look, I would have not have predicted it. If you listen to my show here in Baton Rouge, I picked this team to be 7-5. That is going to, in fact, be dead wrong. They're the champions of the West.
And I think you, along with a lot of other people, did as well. Yeah. So did I. And just to accomplish something this big, winning the West and the SEC is, bro, this is a hard feat to accomplish. And it took me 4 years to do it while I was here, and it took me my senior year to get there. And probably one of the best defenses in college football to do it, and just to have this team that came off of a season before having a wide receiver playing quarterback in a bowl game, like that just speaks volumes.
So 6 straight conference games for LSU. They go 5-1 over that stretch, and now you step out of conference and you play a 5-5 UAB team at 8 o'clock at night. It is cold in Baton Rouge for those who aren't here. It's in the low 40s. It is still raining and has been raining for 4 or 5 hours in Baton Rouge. Campus not exactly buzzing, I would say, and the crowd's not going to be full tonight. So this is a bring your own juice type of game. It is senior night. You got 17 guys that'll be honored before the game, but this is going to be one that LSU's going to have to bring some energy to. We talked about weather all week last week leading into Fayetteville, Arkansas. That was bright sunshine. This is nasty, and they're going to have to figure out a way to bring some energy tonight, Brandon.
Oh, yes, Dean. This is the exact weather of football where I hated playing. I hated this type of weather, to be honest. Like, wet, cold. Like, I would rather play in snow than playing cold rain. Like, it's just a different feeling. And when you hit somebody, like, you hit them fingers and stuff like that. Ooh, somebody step on your feet, man. It turns into a fight mode. But this is a game that you can create a lot of turnovers and you can give up a lot of turnovers in. So you got to stay focused and just play. Horn in on the little things as far as holding on the ball, security, and everything like that.
You was like Brandon? You didn't like playing in this?
Yeah, I didn't like it.
She's favored a little bit more.
I did.
A little blubber, little body.
I got a little blubber there, but I'm still a South boy down south. But I even when I was out in New England, even my time with the Hartford Colonial team, boy, I wore sweaters and stuff like that. It was crazy. But you do eventually, not sweaters, to practice, especially in New England. But you wear like the little long sleeves, but. In games like this, Hunt, this might have been your junior year. Troy State came. It was wet. It was a bad weather game, and we kind of got beside ourselves in that game. Not saying that for the Tigers, but this is still a game. I mentioned this earlier this week at the quarterback club with Ken Trahan. I said this is a game you want to treat like the Southern game. You see some things on offense you can clean up and run those plays. At least 2 quarters of it and prepare for, what's next.
I hope it's like that. That would be great. UAB is significantly better than Southern. LSU certainly outclasses UAB in terms of talent, there's no doubt. But this is a UAB team that's won more games than anybody in Conference USA over the last 5 seasons since they brought football back after they took it away for a handful of years there. This year they're 5-5, and you look at that and you say, well, they're probably not very good. Well, all 5 losses are by 1 score or less. No loss more than 7 points, and they're a team that's got some ability. They lost 2 games when their starting quarterback went out, and they're an exceptional running team for the level that they play at. In fact, they've got the nation's leading rusher in Dwayne McBride, who we will see a lot tonight. Dwayne McBride, 156 yards per game. He's gone over 100 yards in every game this year. He leads the nation in 20-plus yard rushing plays. He's 5th in the nation in yards per carry at 6.9. They're going to run the ball a ton, Fave, and that's something that LSU's going to have to deal with tonight.
Yes, they're going to run the ball inside. I know they will. That's somewhere on film they see where we only rotate 3 guys, and when you have a guy with 17 touchdowns on a year, that's not to be looked over. So I do expect LSU to not only come out and play sound on the second level with the linebackers in the run game, but it's going to be an important game for Jaquelin and Tank and it's my boy
Makai Wingo.
Wingo. Sorry, Wingo. And in that 3-man rotation for them to play with good hands, good technique, create separations, and most importantly, wrap up on the tackle because here's a shifty back.
LSU's done a good job against running backs this year. Florida State's running back Trayshawn Ward had 16 carries for 49 yards. That's not much of anything. Auburn's Tank Bigsby, who we know is a great player, 12 carries for 45 yards. Nothing there. Look at Montrell Johnson at Florida, 13 carries for 57 yards. Same game, Trevor Etienne, who's a really good back for them, 8 carries, 28 yards. Not much there. Quinshawn Judkin's stat line at the end of the day looks pretty good for Ole Miss. 25 carries for 111 and 2 scores. Both of those touchdowns came in the first 9 minutes of the game. And LSU did a pretty good job of slowing that Ole Miss running game down. They didn't score in the second half. Rocket Sanders last week for Arkansas, 12 carries, 46 yards. He was the SEC's leading rusher at that point. So, look, Jabari Small for Tennessee got going. This is nothing like Tennessee in terms of the tempo. Jahmyr Gibbs last week, a couple weeks ago for Alabama, 15 carries, 99 yards. That's an elite NFL back. And look, I think McBride's going to play in the NFL, but LSU's done a pretty good job stopping the run this year.
Oh, yes, indeed. And shout out to Coach House, man. That man, he's just dialing it up as a defensive coordinator. And these guys, they're buying into his process, and it's showing the results on the field. And this, I remember in 2011 coming in after the Alabama game playing against Western Kentucky. They had the leading rusher in college football, and he was the only running back to rush over 100 yards on us that season. And he was hungry. That was his
money game.
That was his money game to get drafted into the NFL. You come into Death Valley and rush for over 100 yards. The only back to do that season. So I know this running back from UAB will be amped up, and it's perfect weather for him to come out and try and have a good game.
Shout out to our game sponsor, People's Health. 2023 is a great year to become a People's Health member. There's no premiums, no deductibles, and some plans even offer Part B give back. And getting paid up to 2 days early with direct deposit is another reason banking with Capital One is one of the easiest decisions ever. That's banking reimagined. What's in your wallet? Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank. Capital One, NA member FDIC. Hunt Palmer, Brandon Taylor, Marlon Favorite with you from the Capital One studios. Get you ready for LSU UAB. It's LSU Game Day presented by 3 Olives right here on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Hey, it's Jan from Toyota, reminding you that Toyotathon is on and here to help make your holidays extra magical. How? Maybe it's driving in a Tacoma in search of the perfect hill to sled down. Or surprising loved ones in a RAV4 hybrid.
You made it!
And seeing their faces light up when you pull up to their home.
Dealer inventory may vary. Current offers on these vehicles end November 30th. Offers are subject to change throughout Toyotathon, which ends on January 3rd. See your participating Toyota dealer for details. Toyota, let's go places.
With no fees or minimums and no overdraft fees, banking with Capital One is the easiest decision in the history of decisions. Even easier than choosing Slash to be in your band.
Next up for lead guitar. You're in.
Cool. Yep, even easier than that. With no fees or minimums and no overdraft fees, is it even a decision? That's banking reimagined. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One NA member FDIC.
Louisianians know life here is filled with joy, and sometimes a little uncertainty. No matter your stage in life, know that you can rely on the strength of the cross and protection of the shield. Your card opens the door to a large network of top doctors to care for you. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Louisiana has been helping Louisianians get care for generations. With the right card and the right care, you can get back to what you love best.
Louisiana pests can be a formidable opponent, but J&J Exterminating is ready to tackle them on their own turf. J&J Exterminating is Louisiana's largest independently owned pest control company, and we know what works in Louisiana's climate, from ants to termites and everything in between. J&J Exterminating will protect your home or business with 100% satisfaction guaranteed. Get the shield.
J&J Exterminating. Yeah.
Hi, I'm Joseph, an employee at BASF in Louisiana. BASF has been creating chemistry that is essential to our economy and quality of life in Louisiana for over 60 years. And since 2009, we have invested more than $2 billion in new projects here. Career opportunities await engineers, process operators, safety specialists, and more. Visit basf.us/LA. BASF, we create chemistry.
Talking, fighting Tiger football.
Intercepted Jay Ward at the 45-yard line, far side.
Back with more LSU Game Day. Presented by 3 Olives Vodka on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Great American RV Superstores connects you with one of America's greatest pastimes. Visit GreatAmericanRV.com for one of the largest selections of top RV models and floor plans for every type of camper. Great American RV Superstores, making memories one weekend at a time. Hunt Palmer, Brandon Taylor, Marlon Favorite with you here on LSU Game Day. Guys, you don't win a lot of SEC games throwing for less than 100 yards. LSU did it on the plains of Auburn and did it again up in Northwest Arkansas last week against the Razorbacks. I would not advise that moving forward. What do they need to do to get the passing game going tonight, Fave?
Well, I think it's maybe adding a little more max protection in the pass game. I just felt like Jaden couldn't really develop his steps in his passing game. So I don't know if it's maybe leaving a running back in a little longer, getting Jack Besh involved a little more in the passing game as well. I think just being able to spread the ball around. I like what we're doing with Mason Taylor, but maybe some more down the field, big passes down the field like Kayshon Boutte. Guess just a little more down the field passing explosion. You need to buy time for that.
Look, Arkansas's defense is atrocious. There's no two ways about it. However, they've got a good coordinator. Barry Odom's been a good SEC defensive coach for the better part of a decade now, and he had a good plan last week. They most of the time were rushing 3 early in the game. They were dropping 8 guys, and they were bringing some zone pressure, some stuff that LSU struggled to pick up. And Arkansas had 6 sacks in the first half because of it. But it was mainly we're going to drop into coverage, making sure everybody's covered, and then we're going to have a spy or two on Jaden Daniels. We're not letting him run. And that's something that's on tape now, and guys are going to have to deal with it. And Jaden Daniels has kind of made a living this year by using his legs a lot. And so how do they combat that? How do they say, okay, you can't just put a spy on him, drop everybody? What do you do to combat that?
That sounds like a page out of my house book.
Yep.
But to combat that, you just got to do quick timing routes and just spread it out. I mean, just like we did against Alabama, even if it's like little flat routes to the receivers, get the ball in the hands, because we got the type of athletes, you get the ball in the hands, they can make a play. They could take something 5 yards, 20 yards. You just got to get quick timing routes, and Jayden just has to trust the timing and get the ball out on time to these athletes and let them make big plays.
Quite frankly, it looked like September. I mean, that's what we saw against Florida State. That's what we saw against Auburn, where LSU was taking the football, dropping back, and Jaden Daniels would plant his back foot, and the ball just wouldn't come out. He had nowhere to go. And generally speaking, at that time of the year, he was able to run. I mean, he ran all over Florida State for the majority of that game. And he wasn't able to run against Arkansas. They kind of bottled him up. So there just needs to be some rhythm. LSU has been well coached all year. They've made adjustments all year. Their second halves have been great. They've gotten better as time goes on. I felt like there was a step back offensively last week. So my hope is that there's a step forward this week, because you got to go on the road to College Station next week and take care of business before you play number 1 team in the country.
Yeah, Hunt, I think the big thing, I just thought about this, my time with Washington under Coach Shanahan's offense, RG3 and Kirk Cousins' rookie year, we ran a lot of play-action rollout pass. With Jaden's legs and that rollout and that threat of him possibly getting outside of that defensive end, But Brandon, you know this. You have all of those drag routes come from the back end. Do a little bit more of that. Level it out, right? Maybe a little short. Have some type of short 5-yard pass across the middle, and then have like maybe a 12 and then a deep, maybe 18. That way on your rollout, you have options on different levels, and they make not only the players respect him, inspire him, but keep the secondary honest.
I'll be quite honest. If we get in the post-game show and LSU has not done a pretty good job of throwing the football tonight, I'll be a little bit worried. I understand the weather's not great. It's probably going to rain for a lot of the game. Brandon will give us a weather update a little bit later, but it's not great out there right now, and it's chilly. But there's got to be a little bit of progression because last week was a little bit troubling in my eyes. I mean, were you concerned with what you saw last week?
Oh, yes, indeed. And you got to think where we at in the season. Like, you about to be going to the SEC championship. Like, you got to fix this. Like now, it ain't we got time to fix. No, you don't have time to fix. You got to go out there and do it now.
Thanks to the defense and Harold Perkins for doing enough last week.
Yes.
You get up for 80-something yards, you get it done. Tiger fans, all LSU Sports Radio Network broadcasters stream free on LSUsports.net. To listen live on your phone, download the LSU Sports mobile app. That app is a free download in the iTunes Store or Google Play. Visit LSUsports.net/apps for details. We've had an eye on scores all over the country, but specifically in the Southeastern Conference. We'll get you caught up on all those in the next segment. But first, let's go back in time to LSU's win in Northwest Arkansas.
This is Fighting Tiger Rewind. Auditory highlights from the last time out for LSU Fighting Tiger football. As heard on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
On a chilly mid-November morning, it's another SEC rivalry game featuring the Golden Boot Trophy and a border battle here in the SEC as the Arkansas Razorbacks host your number 7 Fighting Tigers of LSU. Arkansas leading 3-0, plenty of momentum on their side in their home stadium. And Coach Pittman going to roll the dice, 50% on the year on 4th downs. But this one a huge one, deep inside the red zone. Motion Sanders, snap to Hornsby. Tight pocket, Hornsby going to be brought down at the 2-yard line. Turnover on downs, the LSU defense delivers. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. That's the wide side of the field. Now he'll motion Landers closer to the formation. Looking left, in the pocket, flushed out, moving to his left, giving chase. Ball stripped loose. And LSU trying to hold on to it. 2 Tigers run into each other. Ball is still loose inside the 40. Still battling for it. LSU says they have it, and they do. Slade Roy will snap it back. Jay Bramblett will hold. Little high, but placement is down. Ramos swings the leg. Kick is on the way, and the kick is good, and we are tied at 3-all. The Tigers going for it on 4th and a yard at the Arkansas 31-yard line. Trip receivers left, 1 to the right. Josh Williams, the running back. Daniels gives it to Williams. Big hole, got the first down, punishes a Razorback at the 25, and puts an official on his backside down around the 21. Gain of 9 yards. LSU will get the first down. And here's the snap. Good snap. Good placement. Kick is up on its way, and the kick is good. And LSU has their first lead of the day. It's now 6-3 Fighting Tigers as Ramos splits the uprights for the second time in this game. First multiple field goal game for the redshirt freshman. So now they'll send 2 receivers left, 1 to the right side. Single back again will be Allen. Hornsby in trouble under duress. Perkins will sling him down back at the 40-yard line. Loss of 8 yards, and Perkins with a sack, his second of the day, looking to throw. In the pocket, he gets tight. Now he moves to his right. Perkins giving chase, and he brings him down at the 39-yard line.
Who did that?
Harold Perkins Jr. Back-to-back sacks. Daniels lines them up. Williams, the running back. Here's the snap. Give to Williams. Wide open up the middle in the end zone. Touchdown, Fighting Tigers. First touchdown of the day for either team. And the Tigers make it a 12-3 ball game with 5:25 to go in the third quarter as Williams busts it in from a yard out, his 6th rushing touchdown on the season for the junior out of Houston, Texas. 3 receivers left, 1 to the right of Malik Neighbors. And on first down, they'll give it to Williams. And Williams with room explodes on the near side hash, now middle of the field, up across midfield, and brought down at the Arkansas 40-yard line. Tight formation, 3 receivers right, 1 to the left. Now they'll motion a receiver right to left. 2 by 2 is Fortin in trouble and is grabbed and thrown to the ground. Back inside the 15 at the 13-yard line. Savion Jones with another sack, a loss of 7 yards. Arkansas lines it up. Fortin in the shotgun. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Motion Sanders out of the backfield at the snap. Pressure coming. Ball knocked free again. And it's on the field. No whistles. LSU comes up with it. They have the ball at the 45-yard line. Harold Perkins again stripped the ball out of Fortin's hands, and that should do it. Sidelines will come off for both the Razorbacks and the Tigers. A battle today here in Fayetteville. But LSU victorious, 13-10 over Arkansas, winning the Battle of the Golden Boot. They'll be bringing it to the far sideline. The Tigers will load it on the plane and take it home. With the win, LSU now makes it an incredible 4 straight down the backstretch of this season. As the final seconds roll off the clock, the horn will sound, and this one is in the books. Tigers win, Tigers win.
That was a Fighting Tiger Rewind. LSU Game Day, presented by 3 Olives Vodka, continues after this quick break on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Hey, Dad, your prescription will be ready in just a minute. Hey, Dad, your laundry will be ready in just a minute. Dad, your lunch will be ready in just a minute.
Hey, honey, why don't you take a minute?
When you help care for a loved one, you give them as much time as you can. But it's just as important to take time for yourself. AARP can help. Find free care guides to support you and your loved one at aarp.org/caregiving. That's aarp.org/caregiving. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
In the SEC, we sweat the small stuff. The attention to tradition. The preparation for competition. The smallest things can have the biggest impact on this field and a whole host of other fields. To shine among the brightest stars, you have to sweat the small stuff. Because here, it just means more.
It's 4 a.m., Monday, and you're literally sucking baby snot through a tube because she's congested. Man, that's love. And if you love her that much, love her enough to make sure she's buckled in the right car seat. To make sure your child's in the right seat for their age and size, visit nhtsa.gov/the right seat. Show them you love them. Keep them safe. Visit nhtsa.gov/the right seat. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
In the SEC, we sweat the small stuff. The attention to tradition. The preparation for competition. The smallest things can have the biggest impact on this field and a whole host of other fields. To shine among the brightest stars, you have to sweat the small stuff. Because here, it just means more.
The official pregame show of LSU Fighting Tiger football.
He'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Tigers!
Back on LSU Game Day, presented by 3 Olives Vodka. Time now to go around the Southeastern Conference. Around the SEC. Proudly presented to you by Louisiana Travel. Feed your soul on a one-of-a-kind road trip in Louisiana. Visit LouisianaIsATrip.com today.
Busy day in the Southeastern Conference. Got a lot of teams stepping out of conference before rivalry weekend and some conference action. We'll get to the finals first. Number 1, Georgia went to the big grocery store, Kroger Field up in Lexington. Only scored 1 touchdown, but the defense dominated Kentucky, and Georgia wins it 16-6. They moved to 11-0 and finished the SEC 8-0 and the champions of the Eastern Division. Of course, the Tigers will see them in Atlanta in a couple of weeks. Alabama, not exactly dominant, but did enough to beat Austin Peay 34-0. Alabama moves to 9-2 on the season. Mississippi State hammered East Tennessee State 56-7 was the final. Bulldogs 6-1 at home this year. They are 7-4 with the Egg Bowl coming up on Thanksgiving night. Texas A&M was terrible today. It was rainy in Kyle Field. It was cold in Kyle Field, and A&M played very poor football, but they beat a 1-9 UMass team to make them 1-10. Aggies get their first win in 7 games. They beat UMass 20-3. The Ags are 4-7. LSU headed to Kyle Field a week from today. Florida went up to Nashville and lost to Vanderbilt for the first time since 1988. I was born in 1988. Vanderbilt's won 2 league games in a row. Florida finishes SEC play 3-5. They will play Florida State next week. Couple of games in progress right now. Tennessee and South Carolina tied at 7. Both teams took their opening drives down for touchdowns. Also, Auburn and Western Kentucky on the Plains. That game was close. It was tied at halftime, 17-all. Auburn has run away from them in the second half. Right now, it is 41-17. Auburn over the Hilltoppers. Coming up at 6:30, so just about to kick off up in Fayetteville. It is Ole Miss visiting Arkansas, and New Mexico State will head to Missouri. That game also at 6:30 on ESPNU. That's your look around the Southeastern Conference scoreboard. Mow, haul, lift, cut with a powerful Kubota. Visit LSUKubotaDealers.com for the Kubota dealer nearest you. Hunt Palmer, Brandon Taylor, Marlon Favorite with you from the Capital One Bank Studios. We're getting you ready for senior night, LSU and UAB, right here on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Hey everybody, let's have some fun. The time is right, the party's just begun. Have a good time.
Ford F-Series has been keeping the good times rolling as the best-selling truck in America 44 years straight. And with the smartest F-150 and most capable Super Duty ever built, this dynasty will keep right on rolling. Drive the new 2021 F-150 at your Southern Quality Ford dealer, proud partner of the LSU Tigers. Based on 1977 through 2020 calendar year sales.
At Greenpoint Ag, we know what it takes to help you win on the farm. Whether you're focused on offense or defense, we evaluate the specific needs of your operation through every stage of your growing season to bring you the best in farming. Your success is our passion, so don't settle for a field goal when you can score a touchdown. Greenpoint Ag is game day ready to serve as your trusted agronomic advisor. Learn more about our full array of agronomic and ag technology services at greenpointag.com. Farmer owned, locally focused. We are Greenpoint Ag.
Support your LSU Tigers with Hancock Whitney, the official bank of LSU Athletics. From game day to the offseason, Hancock Whitney LSU credit and debit cards are a big win for any Tiger fan. Want to get your paws on these cards? Well, apply online or visit HancockWhitney.com/LSU. Hancock Whitney Bank, member FDIC. All accounts subject to credit approval. Terms and conditions may apply. When it comes to investing in your home's comfort, it's never just one thing. You want to make sure you get an air-conditioned system that's reliable, affordable, energy efficient, backed by a strong warranty, and is installed by a dealer you can trust. That's why people who insist on the best choose Train. Plus, right now, Train is offering special financing. So what's not to love? Visit Train.com to find a local Train dealer today. It's hard to stop a train. Subject to credit approval. Ask for details. Together, we are partners, setting a new standard for health. Together, we prove that no matter how battle-tested we are, our spirit remains undefeated. Our Lady of the Lake and LSU are creating transformational change and impacting Louisiana with a new standard for healthcare, research, and education. Together, Our Lady of the Lake and LSU are champions for Louisiana. Together, we roar. Learn more at olrmc.com/LSU.
We continue with LSU Game Day, presented by 3 Olives Vodka, leading you up to LSU Fighting Tiger football.
Pressure comes. Ojulari going to bring him down at the 43-yard line.
With a quick check of the college football scoreboard, let's go inside the Capital One studio with Brian Haldane on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
All of it coming to you from inside the Capital One studios today. Time for your Caesars Sportsbook scoreboard, presented for the people by Caesars. Not exactly a dominant performance, but number one, Georgia does remain undefeated, topping Kentucky 16-6. They've gone final over in Maryland. The number 2 ranked Ohio State Buckeyes, a 43-30 winner over the Terps. Number 3, Michigan, also a winner in a close one. 19-17 your final score over Illinois, keeping it with the close calls. It took a last-second field goal to lift 4th-ranked TCU over Baylor, 29-28, your final score there. Number 5, Tennessee is trailing South Carolina right now, very early on. 6:25 to go in the first quarter, and the Gamecocks have a 14-7 lead over the Volunteers. 7th-ranked USC is at 16th-ranked UCLA. That is coming up about 25 minutes from right now at 7 p.m. Number 8, Alabama was a 34-0 winner over Austin Peay. Number 9, Clemson took care of business, beating Miami 40-10. Numbers 10 and 12, Utah and Oregon are going to square off late tonight, 9:30 p.m. start time on that one. Number 11, Penn State posted up a 55-10 score, topping Rutgers. Right now, Georgia Tech is at number 13, North Carolina, and North Carolina has a 17-14 lead. 7:31 to go in the third quarter of that contest. Number 14, Ole Miss kicks off shortly. They'll be at Arkansas. It was number 15, Kansas State, 48. West Virginia, 31. Number 17, Washington hosts Colorado at 8. 18th ranked Notre Dame blank Boston College 44-0. Number 19, Florida State got out in front early on their way to a 49-17 win over UL Lafayette. Navy beat number 20 UCF 17-14, which will push Tulane into the top 20. The Green Wave, currently at number 21, dominated SMU 59-24, your final score there. And also, Bedlam kicks off in just a few between Oklahoma and Oklahoma State. In-state schools, La Tech falls to Charlotte 26-21. UL Monroe gets beat 34-16 by Troy. Incarnate Word took care of Northwestern State. I guess you could say the Cardinals exercised the demons today, 66-7. Southeastern top Nichols 40-17, and Lamar and McNeese are going to kick off at 7. Hunt?
Thank you, Brain. Watching football today, as you just heard Brian go through the scores, the Tigers were looking to get a little help here as it relates to the college football playoff rankings, and it just never quite happened. TCU was trailing late, needed a field goal at the gun, literally, to win. They're ranked number 4, 2 spots in front of LSU. Michigan was in a real dogfight the entire game with Illinois, trailed in the second half of that game, and needed a field goal with 9 seconds left to win that one. They're number 3, 3 spots ahead of LSU. Ohio State was up 6, and Maryland had the ball with a minute to go in that game. Of course, Ohio State gets a strip sack and a scoop and score, so it looks a lot worse than it actually was. And Georgia, was never in depth losing the game, but they only scored 1 touchdown. They didn't exactly light it up over there in Lexington. So all of the top 4 kind of escaped some traps, and Tennessee right now trails on the road against South Carolina. Just give up a 60-yard touchdown pass to put South Carolina in front by 7 points. So look, the Tigers have to take care of their business with UAB and with Texas A&M, and a huge challenge with Georgia in Atlanta. But you thought they might get some help today, and it just didn't happen.
It started with Baylor for me. That was gut-wrenching. They had TCU against the ropes, and that was really going to change things, at least put us at 5. And you look at a game like a team like Georgia. I think this is their second game this year that they played that close. So
Missouri had them on the ropes, in that game when they came back. And Kent State, they didn't play very well, but they were never in doubt of losing the game. But and Georgia just didn't play very well in the game, quite frankly. But they did enough to get it done. Sometimes you need a little help. Some people think that LSU doesn't need help. If you went out and you're the champions of the Southeastern Conference, you're in. I don't feel great about that. I would like one of the teams in front of LSU to lose. It just didn't happen today.
Exactly. I don't want to put nothing in the hands of this committee ever, especially dealing with LSU. We are probably the most hated team in college football and have been for a long time. So we need as much help as we can get, but also we got to take care of business on the field these next 3 weeks, including the SEC championship.
We'll see if South Carolina can do LSU a favor up in Columbia today. Listen up, folks. Introducing the greatest hits from the lottery. Play Hit 50, win up to $1,000. Visit any Louisiana lottery retailer and pick up the Hit 50 today for your chance to win. Must be at least 21 to purchase. We'll come back after this timeout. Brian will get you a weather report. It's time for our Whataburger Jr. announcer. That's all next on LSU Game Day, presented by 3 Owls Vodka, right here on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
He's got a seam. He's down the near side hash.
Tiger fans, if you've ever wanted to listen to the LSU Sports Radio Network while watching your Fighting Tigers on TV, now you can, and it's easy to do.
Just pause the TV. Use the LSU Sports mobile app to stream the audio on your smartphone or tablet. Connect to a smart speaker, then wait for the audio to catch up to the point your TV is paused. Push play, and you are all set.
Watch the Tigers and listen with the LSU Sports Radio Network and the LSU Sports mobile app.
15-10, 5, touchdown!
The passion, the tradition, the rivalries. SiriusXM is your destination for all things college sports, and we've got your school covered. On SEC Radio, there's complete coverage of every school in the conference, including live games, plus 24/7 talk and analysis. So cheer along online or on the SiriusXM app and listen to your favorite team anywhere. And now, as a college student, you can stream your first 3 months of SiriusXM for $1. Fees and taxes apply. See offer details and subscribe now at SiriusXM.com/SEC Sports.
Hey, so what's a great way to spread awareness that driving high is illegal everywhere? A catchy song, of course.
You can run, but you can't drive high. You can run, but you can't drive high.
Friendly reminder, don't drive high. If you feel different, you drive different. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
The passion, the tradition, the rivalries. SiriusXM is your destination for all things college sports, and we've got your school covered. On SEC Radio, there's complete coverage of every school in the conference, including live games, plus 24/7 talk and analysis. So cheer along online or on the SiriusXM app and listen to your favorite team anywhere. And now, as a college student, you can stream your first 3 months of SiriusXM for $1. Fees and taxes apply. See offer details and subscribe now at SiriusXM.com/SEC Sports.
We continue with LSU Game Day, presented by 3 Olives Vodka. Time now for your game day forecast.
Now here's the weather.
From inside the Capital One studio, here is Brian Haldane on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Yes, it is time for your pregame weather update presented by Southern Air, proud partner of LSU Athletics. Your forecast in a word is gross. It's going to be a little bit nasty out there for some time. We've got a 100% chance of rain in front of us for the next couple of hours. By kickoff, though, it does scale back just a little bit. That 100% chance of rain scales back to a 70% chance of rain for the next 2 hours, down to a 50% chance of rain by 10 p.m. The walk back to your car ought to be a little bit drier, but nonetheless cold. We will be down to about... by 10 p.m., about 46 degrees. So a little bit after halftime, it'll be mid-40s, and it'll continue to go down from there. Outside of that, this rain is not going to have a whole lot of wind going along with it. You got a breeze of right around 4 to 5 miles per hour throughout. So it is going to be cold, it is going to be wet, but it will not be windy. Right now, we are at 45 degrees right across the parking lot from Tiger Stadium. Hunt?
Thank you, Brain. It is sweet, it's spicy, and it's made hot and fresh just like you like it. It's the Whataburger Sweet and Spicy Bacon Burger, and it's an all-time favorite for a reason. So stop by and taste it for yourself only at Whataburger, and we appreciate Whataburger for bringing us our junior announcer each and every home game. We've got our junior announcer now. Brenna Varner is here. Brenna, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing awesome. I'm a little bit better, quite honestly, because we're not sitting out in the rain. We get to be up here in the studios. It's a little chilly out there. You just came in.
Very. It's
All right.
really raining and won't stop.
Are you going to make it through the game? We'll see. All right. Now, I asked you before we came on if you had ever been to an LSU game. You're decked out in your LSU gear, and you kind of gave me a look like, are you crazy? So you love coming to LSU games, don't you?
I'm going to a lot of them, especially basketball games and all that stuff.
Awesome. Awesome to hear. I know that you just moved to Baton Rouge a couple of years ago. Where have you lived before Baton Rouge?
Just in up north Louisiana, West Monroe.
All right. I'm a North Louisiana guy. I'm from Shreveport, so that's right up there. I get it. So you, what's your favorite sport to come see? Football, basketball, softball? What is it?
Women's basketball.
Women's basketball. Coach Mulkey is awesome. Their team. Have you seen their team this year?
Not yet.
Not yet. Well, they score like 100 points in every game. They are awesome. I mean, so when you go to a women's basketball game, what's your favorite thing about going to the game? Is seeing Mike in the cage, Coach Mulkey, just watching the games?
I just love all of it. Especially
I love
like cheering and all that stuff just for the team.
So I've heard you're a competitive dancer. Is that right?
Yes, I am.
What's your favorite kind of music to dance to?
Well, my favorite type of dance is probably lyrical.
Okay. Tell me about that. I don't even know if I know what that is.
So it's basically like kind of this kind of ballet is like kind of flowy.
Okay.
And it just goes with the music.
All right. Now, I hear you're a big theme park fan. Is that right?
Very much so.
Now, would you rather go to a theme park or watch the Tigers play football?
I don't know if I can answer that without offending somebody.
I understand. That's well done. I kind of see where it lies, though. I mean, so you're a big roller coaster fan?
Yeah.
What's your favorite theme park to go to?
Disney.
Disney is awesome. I love that very, very much. All right, I got to ask you one more question before we get you out of here. Give me a score for tonight's game.
A lot.
LSU by a lot will do the trick. We really appreciate you coming in. Get those gloves on. Stay warm, Brenna. We really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me here.
Absolutely. That's Brenna Varner from Baton Rouge. We'll come back a little bit more. It's LSU Game Day presented by 3 Olives Vodka right here on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
2023 is a great year to be a People's Health member. There are no premiums and no deductibles. Expanded network of doctors, specialists, dentists, and vision providers. Enhanced dental benefits, including $0 for fillings, extractions, and dentures. With the flexibility to see dentists out of network. Plus, now use your OTC benefit to shop in-store at more than 55,000 national retailers. Call People's Health. 1-855-821-2666.
LSU fans, your first bet with Caesars Sportsbook is on us, up to $1,250. Download the app using promo code LSUFull and then place your first bet. If you win, congrats! But if not, you'll get your wager back as a free bet. Open to new users in Louisiana who are 21 or older. Not available in prohibited parishes. Licensed through Horseshoe Bossier City and Harris New Orleans. If qualifying bet loses, bet amount returned is credit. Must use within 14 days. See Caesars.com/promos for full terms. Gambling problem? Call 1-877-770-STOP. Caesars Sportsbook, the official sports betting partner of LSU.
Fans, if you were born to grill, then check out Barbecue Guys for all your grilling and outdoor living needs. With the largest selection of top-rated grills and outdoor products, best-in-class customer service, and expert product reviews, tips, and how-to videos, Barbecue Guys makes it easier than ever to shop online for backyard necessities. They're there to help you master grilling and outdoor entertaining. So visit barbecueguys.com. That's bbqguys.com to learn more. Barbecue Guys, for those who were born to grill.
Hey, Tiger fans, when shopping for your game day essentials at your local grocery store, don't forget to pick up your favorite variety of Lay's potato chips, Doritos, and Tostitos tortilla chips. Tostitos, Doritos, and Lay's are an essential part of the game day tradition. Whether you're at the stadium or hosting Tiger fans at home, make sure Lay's and Tostitos are part of your game day ritual. Lay's, Doritos, and Tostitos are proud supporters of LSU Athletics. Go Tigers!
Fans, enjoy the fun of tailgating without having to worry about setup or teardown. Let Revelry Sports and Entertainment do all the work for you, providing full-service tailgating for LSU fans. Revelry Sports and Entertainment is offering premium tailgate packages at the Oaks on the grounds of the Patrick F. Taylor Building, just down the street from Tiger Stadium. The Oaks is presented by Rouse's Markets. Tailgate packages for the season and single game spots are now available. Just go to revelryteam.com/LSU or call 225-244-9345. That's 225-244-9345.
Take 2 parts Tiger Superstars, 1 part Superfan. Voila! You have LSU Game Day. Presented by 3 Olives Vodka, the official pregame radio companion of LSU Fighting Tiger football on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Back here inside the Capital One studios, Hunt Palmer, Brandon Taylor, Marlon Favorite with you, LSU and UAB tonight just after 8 o'clock. So about an hour and 20 minutes from right now. It'll be Tigers and Blazers. Countdown to kickoff is delivered by ASAP, the official mobile ordering partner of LSU Athletics. Taking a sneak peek up there to Columbia, South Carolina. Gamecocks 21, Vols 7. It has been that kind of Saturday in college football. More often than not, the big favorite has wiggled off the hook and gotten it done. Let's hope that we don't have anything to worry about over inside Tiger Stadium tonight.
Not at all. We just, man, Hunt, the biggest thing
up there with them big.
They got orange helmets on.
Looking like a pack of Metamucil.
That's why
they look like they look like
Metamucil.
I mean, you people.
He got him. Spot him. Got him.
We're supposed to get to our keys to the game now, so can we move things along? Fave, do you have a key to the game?
I actually have a key to the game. Let's run the ball effectively. You know, let's get the ground game going. Let's not make any mistakes. We run the ball that melts the clock. You know, defense gonna do what they do. Gonna work. You know what I'm saying? The crew, and I like what I see.
Look, last week you saw Arkansas put basically 3 down linemen, drop everybody, and so they just kind of forced out to run the ball. And so LSU came out with a game plan to throw the ball. They had called passes on 10 of the first 11 snaps. But then they got into a running mode. They ran it 51 times from there forward, and a lot of Josh Williams moving forward. You know, he's kind of taken over as the lead back at this point.
He has. LSU's always had a stable of backs. I mean, even in my day with Alec Broussard, Justin Vincent, you know, Hester, young Hester, you know, rest of that crew.
Charles Scott, Keelan Williams, Trenton Holiday.
You see, right, and we're getting back to that tradition. Right now, Josh has the hot hand. He's rolling. John Emery's helping us out in the passing game. And then even Noah Kane was starting to see him in the special teams, you know, just giving us the for sure hands back there. And then Goodwin got a couple of touches. So getting it, once we get a comfortable 3 running back system going, I think that's the place we need to be. But shouts out to Josh Williams. I love that story. Guy was a walk-on and just earned his. I love that.
BT, you got a key to the game, sir?
Ball security, and especially on special teams with punt return and kickoff return. Like, if you're not confident, just let it hit the ground and roll out, and we'll play from there. Just don't try and play hero ball. And as far as the offense, just ball security. Don't give them what they don't earn.
I don't know how much it matters for defensive guys or how much y'all did it, but before one of the games, it was supposed to rain earlier this year. I don't remember exactly which one it was. Maybe Ole Miss, but it ended up not raining. It was a perfect night. But does the wet ball drills in practice help? Does that simulate what you got going on when it's raining?
It really don't help, but it gives you like it processes the mind to think about it and to overreact it and practice, and then when you get to the game, it's just. Cause one thing about the game is it's 10 times different than practice, just regardless on every level of the sport. But in the game is you so amped up and so hyped up, like you forget about the ball. You literally forget about the ball, and at any given moment it can come out. And then adding this type of weather to it, it's
There's one aspect of live radio that's good when you don't plan things ahead because it's organic and the conversation dictates itself. Sometimes, though, you end up duplicating yourself. My key to this game, you would think, would be stopping UAB's running. They got the leading rusher in the country. But for me, it's turnovers. It is if you put the ball on the ground and you create opportunities for UAB that they don't deserve, as you said, that's where you can get into trouble. If this game is played straight up, 11 on 11, just right down the middle, LSU's going to win. They got better players, they're better coached, they're just a better football team. You give UAB a scoop and score and a 20-yard head start, then all of a sudden you could be in for some trouble. So on a wet field, you've got to be very conscientious of what you're doing. LSU dug themselves a hole last week, turning the football over. You threw a pick, and then Jaden Daniels had a fumble. The most important thing running the football in this game and taking care of the ball is ball security. Just you don't have to make the big play against UAB. You just can't make the terrible play against UAB, and at that point you're going to be okay. So it's a little scary. I always get asked, like, who does the weather favor in a game X or game B? And I don't think it's necessarily the passing team can't throw in the rain and the running team has an advantage in the rain. To me, it's just a talent equalizer. It takes chance and it makes it a big part of the game. A cornerback slips and falls, or a wide receiver slips and falls coming out of his break, so it's an easy interception. Stupid fumbles that wouldn't necessarily happen unless the ball was wet. That kind of crazy stuff. I mean, we were looking at College Station today, and Texas A&M was playing in the rain. The quarterback, Connor Wegman, rolled out to throw the ball, and there was no one around him, and he went to throw the ball, and it just cold slipped out of his hand. That doesn't happen unless it's raining and 40 degrees, which it's going to be. So the key for this game to me is just take care of the football and don't do anything dumb.
Well, luckily we don't have to have the two Teddy glove thing going.
Teddy two gloves?
Teddy two glove thing going. But they want to do it like,
Saints
my man.
might need Teddy two gloves right about now.
They sure do for real, boy. If they could do that, boy.
They need some gumbo.
But like you said, Hunt, they won't have that ball nice, high and tight like Brandon's fade. Keep that ball high and tight for protection. We got the hat on so we can't see it. But protect that ball. Keep it high and tight, close to the vest. When you have it loose out there, that thing will slip on out, and you don't want that to switch into momentum.
Our Lady of the Lake is proud to be LSU's championship health partner. Together, LSU and Our Lady of the Lake are creating transformational change and impacting Louisiana with a new standard for healthcare, research, and education. Together, LSU and Our Lady of the Lake are champions for Louisiana. Together, we roar. Learn more at ololrmc.com/LSU. Time now to get to tonight's Built Ford Tough Series history, brought to you by your local Southern Quality Ford dealers. Let the good times roll. This will be a decisive game between LSU and UAB. Of course, everyone remembers Nick Saban's first year in Baton Rouge. UAB came in here and won a football game. Got a late interception of Josh Booty, kicked a field goal at the end of the ball game to shock LSU inside Tiger Stadium in 2013. Not exactly the case. Zach Mettenberger threw 5 touchdown passes. Odell had a kick 6 in that game, and LSU rolled UAB. So this will be the decider between LSU and the Alabama Birmingham Blazers. Speaking of the Alabama Birmingham Blazers, Evan Dudley covers UAB for AL.com. He is inside Tiger Stadium. He will join us next. It's LSU Game Day presented by 3 Olives Vodka, and it's right here on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
In the SEC, we sweat the small stuff. The attention to tradition. the preparation for competition. The smallest things can have the biggest impact on this field and a whole host of other fields. To shine among the brightest stars, you have to sweat the small stuff. Because here, it just means more.
And for today's STEM tip, okay, you know recycling is important. No one wants plastic in the ocean. Here's a cool way to repurpose a plastic bottle. Build an awesome terrarium. Cut a large plastic bottle in half and fill the base with sand, pebbles, potting soil, and your favorite plant. I chose an African violet. Put the top of the bottle over your base and place it in the sun. Your plant will grow sealed in its own ecosystem. Fun, right? Learn more at She Can STEM. A message from the Ad Council.
The passion, the tradition, the rivalries. SiriusXM is your destination for all things college sports, and we've got your school covered. On SEC Radio, there's complete coverage of every school in the conference, including live games, plus 24/7 talk and analysis. So cheer along online or on the SiriusXM app and listen to your favorite team anywhere. And now, as a college student, you can stream your first 3 months of SiriusXM for $1. Fees and taxes apply. See offer details and subscribe now at SiriusXM.com/SEC Sports.
Adopt US Kids presents What to Expect When You're Expecting a Teenager. Learning the lingo.
GOAT, G-O-A-T, acronym, stands for Greatest of All Time. As in, spaghetti sandwiches for dinner? They're my fave. Dad, you're the GOAT.
You don't have to speak teen to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same. Visit adoptuskids.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
Hey, Tiger fans, 3 Olives Vodka reminds you that no tailgate at Tiger Stadium is complete without cocktails featuring the smooth, premium taste of 3 Olives Vodka. Our quadruple distilled recipe will bring all the spirit you need this season. It's sure to be a crowd pleaser. 3 Olives Vodka, official partner of LSU Athletics. 3 Olives Company, Jersey City, New Jersey. Please drink responsibly.
Kickoff is coming up soon. Let's learn more about the Tigers' opponent with Tiger Recon on LSU Game Day. Presented by 3 Olives Vodka from the LSU Sports Radio Network.
LSU and UAB, it is senior night inside Tiger Stadium, a wet, chilly Tiger Stadium, but Tiger Stadium nonetheless one more time in 2022. Tigers, of course, headed to College Station, Texas next week to round out the schedule. They step out of conference one more time for the Alabama-Birmingham Blazers. Going to chat with Evan Dudley of AL.com, who covers the Blazers. But before we do that, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification right here on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Hear the Tigers roar worldwide. The LSU Sports Radio Network and the LSU Sports mobile app.
Hunt Palmer from inside the Capital One studios just outside Tiger Stadium. Time to go inside Tiger Stadium and chat with Evan Dudley. Evan, we appreciate the time. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Set the scene for me a little bit. I'm imagining the crowd is not exactly packed inside Tiger Stadium at this point.
No, not exactly. I mean, it's still a little bit cold and drizzly outside. Get a little bit more, but I think it'll fill out by the time we get to kickoff.
Let's talk about this Alabama-Birmingham program, which is a really fascinating story. Football goes away and then finally comes back. Bill Clark takes over the reins and does a really nice job with UAB. He steps away. Bryant Vincent now is taking over as the interim head coach. Is the thought that he's done a good enough job to maybe get the full-time gig?
Well, I'm not sure if, we'll know that until probably after next week when the season concludes. He's done well on the recruiting front. This is a year of just kind of bad bounces for the UAB team. 27 points separates them from a perfect record. All 5 losses coming in one-possession games. Turnovers usually the cause of this. So, it's a team that did not meet expectations this year, but I think Vincent still has an opportunity just to see how this season concludes. But I also know that, UAB is talking to other candidates, and, they really want to go through with a full coaching search to make sure they do get the right guy to follow Bill Clark.
Bryant Vincent can go a long way towards helping him cause if he can win inside Tiger Stadium tonight. If he does that, it's probably going to take a huge day from Dwayne McBride. Sometimes the stories write themselves in terms of previewing the game. When you got the nation's leading rusher coming in, that pretty much steals the headlines. How good is Dwayne McBride?
He's a dude. he is just one of those guys that refuses to be tackled by one guy. He's going to run through you. He's going to flip over you, spin around you, do whatever he can to avoid being tackled by one man. Now that, on the other hand, has allowed him to turn the ball over with fumbles because he may try to go for too much, but I think he's kind of reeled that in the last few games. So, as long as he just keeps both hands on that ball when he enters that crowd, I think he'll be fine.
What makes that running game so good outside of McBride's talent?
Well, you got to look at Jermaine Brown, kind of his complementary back there. He's used in the passing game a little bit more, too. He's got about 600 yards himself this season. Had 150 yards last week against North Texas. McBride only had 120. But, it's really the offensive line. They're built from JUCO Mississippi guys, guys who are, raised on running the ball, road grading. So it really starts with that offensive line. If they can get a good push, then McBride will be able to maybe have some success.
Dylan Hopkins, the quarterback, missed some time, and UAB had trouble winning football games when he wasn't there. The 6'2 junior signal caller stats are not overly impressive, 183 yards per game, but he completes a high percentage. What do they have at quarterback?
Well, that's exactly what it is. He's an efficient guy. He's not going to take too many risks. He can use his legs at times. He might have had a little bit of hesitation early in the season that caused a little bit more sackage than probably he would have liked, but he eventually was able to kind of leave that behind, feel the pressure in the pocket. But as long as he kind of stays within himself, doesn't make too many mistakes, and manages this offense, then they'll be able to have some success in the passing game as well.
Chatting with Evan Dudley of AL.com. He covers the UAB Blazers. He's inside Tiger Stadium as we get ready for LSU and UAB. We'll take a timeout, come back and talk about UAB's defense. That's next on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Looking to up your grocery game? Skip the lines, not the service, with Super One Foods Curbside. Shop SuperOneFoods.com for the lowest prices on all of your favorite brands. Select your pickup time. Our expert shoppers will do the shopping for you and load your groceries right into your car. They even offer same-day pickup when you order before 6 p.m. Score super savings and enjoy the convenience of curbside service at Super One Foods. Super low prices.
Hey, Tiger fans! With the latest John Deere deals from Sunshine Quality Solutions, you're always sure to score. Ask us about our tractor packages with 0% financing available. When your project is powered by Sunshine, you have quality products and a winning team on your side. Learn more at sunequip.com. Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details. Offer ends October 28, 2022.
Hey, Tiger fans 12 and younger, don't miss your chance to be a part of Mike's Kids Club, presented by Shell, the exclusive kids club of LSU Athletics. Join Mike's Kids Club for only $25. Get the official Mike's Kids Club t-shirt, free admission to select LSU athletic events, and much, much more. To learn about upcoming events and to join, please visit LSUMKC.com. The Mike's Kids Club, presented by Shell.
Albertsons is making shopping and saving easier than ever. Check out Albertsons For You in our mobile app, where you can shop for groceries and save weekly with digital coupons all in one place. With Albertsons For You, you can earn rewards points every time you shop and redeem them for free groceries. Brand new Albertsons For You members receive $5 off their next $25 purchase just for signing up. Download the Albertsons app or go to albertsons.com to sign up. Albertsons, fresh food, local flavors.
Southern Air Heating and Cooling is proud to be an official sponsor of LSU Athletics. Their team of AC professionals have been serving the comfort needs of the people of Louisiana for over 25 years. Much like the fans of the Tigers, our commitment to Tiger athletics and providing great service remains as strong as ever. Southern Air Heating and Cooling. Go Tigers!
Learning more about the team across the field. Tiger Recon continues on LSU Game Day. Presented by 3 Olives Vodka from the LSU Sports Radio Network.
LSU looking for a little help from South Carolina. Gamecocks got up on Tennessee 21-7. Vols had 4th and goal from outside the 3-yard line, and Josh Heupel decided to go for it. I think that's a pretty dumb call. They went with a fade. Cedric Tillman back in action, and he makes the play for a touchdown. So the Vols cut that South Carolina lead to 7 in Columbia. We'll keep you posted on that one as we move through the pregame show. Go back inside Tiger Stadium. Evan Dudley of AL.com is with us. He covers Alabama Birmingham. Evan, tell us a little bit about the strength of this UAB defense.
It's going to lie in this secondary. They've yet to allow a 300-yard passer this year. Only a couple guys have reached more than about 205, 210 yards. That would be Frank Harris, which kind of lies within what they're facing tonight. And Jaden Daniels, a guy who can make plays with his feet, plays with his arm. But the secondary, they play really aggressive. They play man coverage a lot. They're going to put their guys out on the island and expect them to cover the guys in front of them. So that's going to be really the strength. And then you look at their linebackers. You got Noah Wilder. He's third on their all-time tackles list, as well as Tyler Taylor, former LSU Tiger. He's had a great season. He wants to play well in this game. So, you're going to really look at that kind of back end in the secondary as well as the second level with those linebackers.
LSU's had its issues at time protecting Jaden Daniels, and then sometimes Jaden Daniels just holds on to the ball too long. But they do give up some sacks at times, 6 in the first half against Arkansas last week. Any pass rush ability on this UAB defense?
Well, that's kind of, how this defense really operates. They're going to be aggressive with the pass rush. They're going to try to affect the passer, and that's going to allow the secondary kind of do their job and holding their man, making plays, knocking down balls. So it's really a symbiotic relationship between that pass rush and their secondary.
Evan, last time UAB won inside Tiger Stadium, Nick Saban's first year here at LSU, it came down to a field goal at the end. If this were to come down to a 40-yard field goal, how's the UAB on the special team side of things?
I think they can be able to get that done. Matt Quinn, he had a couple early misses early in the year that were, about 20, 29 yards, kind of out of character for him. But since then, he's kind of, got back on track. I know last week against North Texas, he hit a 40-yard field goal into a driving wind. So, he's got the power, he's got the accuracy. But as long as he stays, out of his mind and just goes out and does his job, I think he could, kick a game-winning field goal. He's had opportunities before, so it's something I know he would look forward to.
Evan, we appreciate some time. Stay warm tonight, and safe travels back to Alabama.
Thank you so much. Appreciate you having me.
Absolutely. He is Evan Dudley of AL.com, covers UAB. Of course, each and every week we get an opposing beat member to join us. We appreciate him for giving us a little bit of time. South Carolina looks like they're trying to answer right back. They have driven the ball inside the 5-yard line, trying to punch it in and extend their 7-point lead. We'll keep you posted on that. You deserve a Medicare plan with coverage and quality for the second year in a row. People's Health earned a 5-star rating from Medicare. And tailgating has been back all year. Revelry and LSU Athletics bring you that 2-minute turnkey tailgate. You can choose your game, choose your add-on, show up on game day, and tailgate like a champion. We invite you to reserve yours today at revelryteam.com. We'll come back with a lot more, getting you ready for LSU and UAB. It's LSU Game Day presented by 3 Olives Vodka right here on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Hey, Dad, your prescription will be ready in just a minute. Hey, Dad, your laundry will be ready in just a minute. Dad, your lunch will be ready in just a minute.
Hey, honey, why don't you take a minute?
When you help care for a loved one, you give them as much time as you can. But it's just as important to take time for yourself. AARP can help. Find free care guides to support you and your loved one at aarp.org/caregiving. That's aarp.org/caregiving. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
In the SEC, we sweat the small stuff. The attention to tradition. The preparation for competition. The smallest things can have the biggest impact on this field and a whole host of other fields. To shine among the brightest stars, you have to sweat the small stuff. Because here, it just means more.
It's 4 a.m., Monday, and you're literally sucking baby snot through a tube because she's congested. Man, that's love. And if you love her that much, love her enough to make sure she's buckled in the right car seat. To make sure your child's in the right seat for their age and size, visit nhtsa.gov/the right seat. Show them you love them. Keep them safe. Visit nhtsa.gov/the right seat. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
In the SEC, we sweat the small stuff. The attention to tradition. The preparation for competition. The smallest things can have the biggest impact on this field and a whole host of other fields. To shine among the brightest stars, you have to sweat the small stuff. Because here, It just means more.
Hey, Dad, your prescription will be ready in just a minute. Hey, Dad, your laundry will be ready in just a minute. Dad, your lunch will be ready in just a minute.
Hey, honey, why don't you take a minute?
When you help care for a loved one, you give them as much time as you can. But it's just as important to take time for yourself. AARP can help. Find free care guides to support you and your loved one at aarp.org/caregiving. That's aarp.org/caregiving. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
At the tailgate, at home, in the car, or on the water, your LSU Fighting Tiger football companion. This is LSU Game Day, presented by 3 Olives Vodka on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Major shout out to TJ Ribs, legendary Louisiana barbecue and home of the Brian Kelly Show. It's the official barbecue restaurant of LSU Athletics and the presenting sponsor of the Tiger One Village, where we have been all season long for our pregame show. Unable to do that today due to the weather. It is raining and it is freezing cold, and we said we'll just bring it on up to the studio for pregame, but we always have a blast out there in the TJ Ribs Tiger One Village, hanging out with y'all, taking in some of the vibes, the music, the energy, the atmosphere. Always a great time over there in the TJ Ribs Tiger One Village. Remind you, at TJ Ribs, they have every game all the time to go tailgate packages and event catering. Located on Acadian Thruway, Stegan Lane, and Airline in Prairieville. Visit us online at tjribs.com. All right, we still got a little bit to go here on LSU Game Day, presented by 3 Olives Vodka. We'll talk about some key matchups in this game a little bit later and get Dave and Brandon's final picks. But first, let's go inside the mind of the Tigers.
Time to go inside the mind of the Tigers.
Linebacker Micah Baskerville.
Before I decided to come back, I had a conversation with him, and he told me what I needed to do, and I told him that I'll get it done. And if you just give me a chance, and he gave me a chance. And when he came in, he told us his process, told us everything, and we all bought in. We're happy now. Everything he said was true. Everything that he told us about the process, about trusting in it, keep working every day, the little details, everything's true, and everyone's seeing our success from it. So it's a wonderful feeling for sure.
Tight end Mason Taylor.
Yeah, you just got to stay calm and stay and focus what's ahead of you. Coach Kelly says what's important now. You kind of just, this week we're only focused on UAB. We're not focused on the SEC championship. We're not focused on the Alabama game. We're just focused on what's ahead of us.
Defensive lineman Ollie Day.
Yeah, we clinched the SEC West, but it's on to next week. And on to the next team that we play. I think it's just a handful of guys just being able to hold each other accountable as the season goes, knowing that up or down doesn't matter. Just stay consistent in what we're doing, and which is win football games. So we take it week by week, 1-0 every week, and just keep that consistency going every day.
Offensive lineman Miles Frazier.
So we just take everything one day at a time. So what's important now piece just helps us focus at different points, like just at that specific time, at that specific game. So we know we're in the SEC championship, and we're not even thinking about that. We know a lot of people think that UAB is a lesser opponent, but we're treating them as a high opponent. So we just stick to the script so that we could handle every situation right then and there, so we could dominate each week. So when you look back, it's just piece by piece by piece, and then it comes together as a whole.
The mind of the Tigers. The guys will be back with more right after this quick break on LSU Game Day, presented by 3 Olives Vodka on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Hey y'all, I'm Amanda Shaw. We all know Louisiana is as fun as all get out. So get out, take a road trip, and explore our state. Fill her up, then try a new restaurant that's as fun-loving as it is food-loving. Grab the family and take off for monumental adventures at our 21 state parks. Or take a magical minivan tour along our 19 scenic trails and byways. Louisiana's a trip. Take one today.
This is Lieutenant Governor Billy Nungesser. Plan your road trip at LouisianaIsATrip.com.
Walk-On Sports Bistro puts everything they've got into bringing you game day with a taste of Louisiana. Dig into their mouth-watering made-from-scratch Louisiana cuisine like po' boys, gumbo, and voodoo shrimp, plus fan favorites like juicy burgers and fresh salads, all in front of 70-plus TVs with 40-plus beers on tap. Or watching the game at home, Walk-On's Family and Friends bundles are available to go. Pick your favorite starter, side, and entree and feed a group of 4. Order online or in the app. Walk-On Sports Bistro, more than a restaurant. Are you a homeowner looking to keep your home cool while saving money? Perhaps you're an HVAC contractor who wants to offer customers more efficient, more consistent home comfort. Luxair is the name to know for unmistakably efficient and reliable home cooling, and great business building programs for contractors too. Contact your Luxair dealer to find out more. Or if you're a contractor, visit SolarSupplyLuxair.com to learn about working with Luxair.
Hey Tiger fans, we're Dudley DeBosier.
And we're proud to be an official partner of LSU Athletics.
Cheering on the Tigers is a Louisiana tradition.
There's nothing better than a good tailgate with great friends, followed by a huge LSU victory.
Whether you're from Shreveport or Houma, New Orleans or Baton Rouge, come game day, we're all pulling for the purple and gold.
Demand different. Demand Dudley DeBosier, official partner of LSU Athletics. 444-4444.
Chad Dudley, Baton Rouge, LA 2112228.
Built upon a solid foundation of cast iron and steel, the Kubota LO1 series is part of our tractor lineup, rated #1 in durability and owner experience. They feature powerful Kubota diesel engines and easy operation. The durable Kubota LO1 series. Talk to your local Kubota dealer today to schedule a demo. Go to KubotaUSA.com for full disclaimer.
Take 2 parts Tiger superstars, 1 part superfan. Voila! You have LSU Game Day. Presented by 3 Olives Vodka, the official pregame radio companion of LSU Fighting Tiger football on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Back here inside the Capital One Studios, Hunt Palmer, Brandon Taylor, Marlon Favorite with you. It is senior night inside Tiger Stadium. They'll start those festivities up in about half an hour. So if you're on campus, and I know that it's cold and rainy, but if you can get in there and support these seniors, there's 17 of them. I know it would mean a lot to them. Brandon, your senior day was pretty special when LSU and Arkansas, a top 3 matchup inside Tiger Stadium, and it went the way you wanted to. You've talked a lot of times about how your brother didn't have the same luck on his senior day that you did. It's a big day for these guys, no matter who the opponent is.
Oh, yes, indeed. And then it's just one of those games that, as a player, you really don't get to hone in and enjoy the experience of being in Tiger Stadium until that last game. When you realize that it's your last chance, your last time ever playing there, that's when you soak it all in and you just sit there on the field and you just look in the stands like, damn, I'm never going to get to play in this stadium again. And it's just a big emotional rush, man, and your family there on the field, you running out, hand the roses to your parents, and it's just your last time you lock in with the boys and in the stadium, and it's an emotional thing, man. It's a big thing, and it's a big accomplishment for a lot of those kids.
17 guys. Some have been here for a long time. Jeray Jenkins, Micah Baskerville, Todd Harris. Some shorter time. Mekhi Gardner, Joe Fouché, Jark Bernard Converse. Anybody specifically that you'd like to point out from the senior side of things, Fave?
Well, Brooks is a senior, right?
He's not going to participate, which lends you to believe that he's got a decision to make and maybe coming back for another year. Because of COVID-19, a lot of the guys who are 4th and 5th year players have the opportunity to come back. These are just the guys that are electing to participate.
Well, Michael Baskerville.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a kid who was on a national championship team. He was lost in a shuffle of linebackers his first few years here, and he has really emerged in the last 2 seasons as one of the superstars. Had a conversation with him after the Tennessee game, him and a couple of his teammates, and you hear the leadership in his voice. I knew once I finished talking to Michael Baskerville that night, and just his attitude and just how positive his mindset was, I knew this team was going to be good because they have a leader like him. So.
Really special night for Ali Gay tonight. His parents have never seen him play live in person. They will tonight. They came in from Washington State, so his parents will be here. That's huge. And then I want to personally just give a shout-out to Jeray Jenkins, who I think has gotten lost in the shuffle for 5 years here. You talk about Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson and Terrace Marshall and Kayshon Boutte and all these. And you never really talk about Jeray Jenkins. In his LSU career, 83 catches, 1,258 yards, 13 touchdowns. More touchdowns at LSU than Odell Beckham had. Only had 12. More than double what DJ Shark did in LSU LSU. He had 6, and Jure has 13. He's tied with Ruben Randall right now. He's 1 behind Malachi Dupree. And my favorite Jure Jenkins memory, as y'all might imagine, last year, Texas A&M caught the game-winning touchdown right there in the corner of the end zone. So shout out to all the seniors here in Baton Rouge that'll be honored before the game, 17 of them. So if you're, again, on campus and have a chance to get in there a little early to support those guys, I think it would mean a lot to them. LSU fans, StubHub is the easiest way to experience every Tigers game. Check the virtual view, score your seats, and get your tickets delivered instantly. StubHub, the official ticket marketplace of LSU Athletics. StubHub, be there. It's Hunt Palmer, Brandon Taylor, Marlon Favorite with you, counting down to LSU and UAB. It's LSU Game Day presented by 3 Olives on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
He's down the near side hash.
Tiger fans, if you've ever wanted to listen to the LSU Sports Radio Network while watching your Fighting Tigers on TV, now you can, and it's easy to do.
Just pause the TV. Use the LSU Sports mobile app to stream the audio on your smartphone or tablet. Connect to a smart speaker, then wait for the audio to catch up to the point your TV is paused. Push play, and you are all set.
Watch the Tigers and listen with the LSU Sports Radio Network and the LSU Sports mobile app.
15, 10, 5, touchdown, Tigers!
The passion, the tradition, the rivalries. SiriusXM is your destination for all things college sports, and we've got your school covered. On SEC Radio, there's complete coverage of every school in the conference, including live games, plus 24/7 talk and analysis. So cheer along online or on the SiriusXM app and listen to your favorite team anywhere. And now, as a college student, you can stream your first 3 months of SiriusXM for $1. Fees and taxes apply. See offer details and subscribe now at SiriusXM.com/SEC Sports.
Hey, so what's a great way to spread awareness that driving high is illegal everywhere? A catchy song, of course.
You can run, but you can't drive high. You can run, but you can't drive high.
Friendly reminder, don't drive high. If you feel different, you drive different. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
The passion, the tradition, the rivalries. SiriusXM is your destination for all things college sports, and we've got your school covered. On SEC Radio, there's complete coverage of every school in the conference, including live games, plus 24/7 talk and analysis. So cheer along online or on the SiriusXM app and listen to your favorite team anywhere. And now, as a college student, you can stream your first 3 months of SiriusXM for $1. Fees and taxes apply. See offer details and subscribe now at SiriusXM.com/SEC Sports.
Talking Fighting Tiger football. Back with more LSU Game Day. Presented by 3 Olives Vodka on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Getting you ready for LSU and UAB. Still a light rain falling inside Tiger Stadium. Hopefully won't affect the game too much. Temperatures in the low 40s. It's been a real cold game in Tiger Stadium in too recent memory. I remember it was pretty chilly for Arkansas back in 2009, I believe. Yeah, I think it was. And then it was frigid, in my opinion, for the Notre Dame game and back in 1997. But that was when I was 8 years old. So I remember being miserable in the south end zone for that one. Do the players care about being cold, Fave?
I do. Yeah, it matters. The long sleeve, Vaseline on the skin, all that good stuff happens. You know, you go run to the heat at halftime. You throw on the little jacket for what reason? You're freezing cold, but it matters until your blood gets to pumping. Once your blood going and you're in there. Now, for the guys on the sideline, like if you just chilling in the game, boy, it sucks for you.
Yeah, you got to get out there and play. That's the best way to warm up for sure. Unfortunately, it appears Josh Williams will not play for LSU in the game tonight. That's being reported from inside Tiger Stadium. So that means John Emery, Noah Cain, and likely Armani Goodwin carrying the load. Josh carried a lot of the load against Arkansas and apparently got banged up toward the end of that game.
Yeah, man, Josh, this kid has, man, I talked about him earlier. Another guy I met earlier this year for the first time in person. Very humble kid, come from a good family. I saw they showed his mom and him on TV, seemed like they come from a good family, and just a hard runner. When, you know, coming from a guy who was an undrafted free agent in the NFL, you got to work extra harder when you're not chosen, right? So for him to earn the respect of not only the coaches but his teammates and the way he's played has just been phenomenal.
it feels like LSU's going to have to run the football in the next few weeks because what we saw from Arkansas last week was very obvious to look at. They were just not going to let Jaden Daniels. Jaden Daniels is hesitant to throw into tight windows. How do you create tight windows? You play zone and you drop everybody back, and he's not comfortable throwing it, and that creates soft boxes, and that means you need to run the football. LSU did that for the majority of the game, the second, third, and fourth quarters last week. I think they're probably going to have to do it moving forward. Everybody's going to try this now.
Oh, yes, indeed. I mean, great coaches steal. And if it's a copycat, it's a copycat league, and once you just put something on film that works in advantage of the opposing team, you have to realize that you're going to see that not just for the next game, the remainder of your career until you can beat it. Like, that's just what it is, and teams feed off of that, and that's part of the game script. So I see LSU running the ball a lot until we can figure out how to get past this throwing the ball against his own defense.
I would love it if LSU just came out and punched UAB right in the mouth and put this thing to bed. Everybody in college football has been up against it today. All the top 4 teams in the country had their moments where it wasn't looking great today, and there have been some upsets as well. And so, you feel like South Carolina's working on one right now against Tennessee. They've got an 11-point lead with 5 minutes to go in the first half. I just don't really want to deal with that tonight, quite frankly. I'd rather go out there and just put them away.
It's too late. Of a game. It's cold outside. The deer are moving. And I'm
okay. There it gets. And now we get to the bottom of it. All right, we'll come back and finish things up here from inside the Capital One Bake Studios. You're listening to LSU Game Day, presented by 3 Olives on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
And we're back with breaking news. Coke Zero Sugar might be the best Coke ever.
That's right, Jim. Coke Zero Sugar is a must-try for any Coke fan, so make sure you... Jim. Jim. We're on the air.
Ooh, yes, this tastes like the best Coke ever to me. Your thoughts, Jen?
Well, can I have a sip?
Jen, we're in the middle of reporting the news.
I need to try it first.
If you want to see the world's largest chest of drawers, you go to High Point, North Carolina.
Yeah, that's a big chest.
If you want to stand under the skirt of the giant 15.4-ton statue of Marilyn Monroe, you go to Palm Springs, California.
Yeah, that is a big chest.
And if you want to discover the world's biggest, bestest pizza, you go to Fat Boy's Pizza. 30 inches of premium toppings, cheesy awesomeness, and crust perfection awaits.
That's a big pizza.
Size matters at Fat Boy's Pizza.
Nice.
More to love.
Okay.
When you're done listening to the Tigers take another victory, the rest of the city will be waiting. After all, there's a lot more to Baton Rouge than just Saturday nights. From famous historic landmarks to iconic hole-in-the-walls, even some of the world's best blues joints, there's something special around every corner. But these foodie flavors and soulful sounds are just a sample of what Baton Rouge has to offer. Whatever you're into, it's all right here. Go to visitbatonrouge.com and start putting together your post-game playbook.
Mow, dig, haul, lift. The versatile Kubota BX Series subcompact tractor does it all. Switching attachments is simple, and a smooth hydrostatic transmission makes for easy operation. The Kubota BX Series, rated #1 in durability and owner experience. Talk to your local Kubota dealer today to schedule a demo. Go to KubotaUSA.com for full disclaimer.
Kickoff is just around the corner. One last time, let's get final thoughts from the guys before boot meets ball on LSU Game Day. Presented by 3 Olives Vodka on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Well, we've been on the air for like 87 minutes, and we hadn't talked about Harold Perkins yet. So you want to do that for a couple minutes?
I mean, Harold Perkins deserves his own freaking show, not just a segment.
Hey, Hunt, you want me to tell you something? I was driving into Baton Rouge, man. I know what street I turned on?
Perkins Road?
Perkins Road,
oh, baby. Already got that named up after last week. Look, if you're trying to pull for some serious positives about what makes this game interesting tonight, hey, at least you get to see Harold Perkins work again. It's a guy that last week was used in a spy situation for Malik Hornsby, was used as a pass rusher at the end against Cade Fortin when Arkansas had to throw the football. This is a different test. This is a team that's going to line up in the pistol and the shotgun, and they're going to run the football straight downhill really all night against LSU and with Dwayne McBride and see what they can do. It's a little bit different assignment for Harold Perkins, but at this point, I don't think there's anything that I wouldn't trust him to do. Just put him out there and let him go.
Yeah, he's going to be in one of those situations where they're more than likely going to have him on a second level, first and second down, and come third down, just let her rip. That's him.
It's Jacob Hester's a big on Pro Football Focus and the grades that they give out each week, and some people love him, some people don't, but really, really good players grade out in the low 80s, mid 80s. That's a really good score for a week. Harold Perkins' pass rush grade for this season is well over 90. He's winning almost every time he rushes the passer. I wish he would have played more than 8 snaps against Tennessee. I don't think it would have changed the outcome of the game, but might have helped a little bit.
Man, that would have definitely changed the outcome of the game.
Come on now.
You can't sugarcoat it, but me and Faye was talking about this while watching the game. This dip move that Harold Perkins did against Arkansas. My brother called me from Arizona, Curtis Taylor. He said, Brandon, he's not supposed to know how to do that at that age. That's Von Miller to this day.
Yeah.
Nobody can block that. That's his signature move. That's what's that move there made him over $100 million to this day in the NFL. And this kid is 18 years old doing that dip move. You know how
That's insane, bro.
hard that is to be running full speed, dip, get pushed by offensive lineman, and keep your balance and make the play. But I couldn't do that in college.
Chop. He chop dip.
That's the second. That's the second
oh my
move
gosh.
And it's because I tell you all this all the time. I tell Jeremy Hill, who I work with at middays. I've worked with Jacob Hester. I don't do the X's and O's stuff as well as y'all do. I can read stats and talk about things that happened in 2011 or whatever. But X's and O's. But whenever you get to the combine, they start talking about it and they say he can bend and that is what they're talking about. I mean, there just aren't that many guys, and that's why they do that stupid 3-cone drill and all that kind of stuff. They can get that low to the ground and stay moving full speed. It's a gift. He's just got a gift.
I ain't gonna lie to y'all, bro. I almost had a teardrop out my eye when he chopped and dipped and he touched the ground. He chopped it, and he touched the ground.
Yeah.
That's that's a drill we do with D linemen. You chop, you dip, you subtract that knee low enough to where you touch the ground and you come up with a rip. It was too beautiful. When he came up with those rips, both times was the hit ball, and then the next one was the turnover.
Dave, how does it go tonight?
Oh, it goes pretty good. It's going to be 100-3. LSU's going to win. I'm just kidding. Now listen, and Hunt, you're right. This is a team that played some close games. I want to say they played a close game against Rice. We talked about the UST
all their losses
game.
are tight. They're better. They should be better than 5-5, but they're what they are. They're 5-5.
Much respect to McBride. He's a 17 touchdown guy this season. So we're going to have. We don't want to fall asleep at the wheel in this game. We want to play because this team. This is their ball game. This is the LSU team that could potentially be well in the college football playoffs. This is a big game.
Huge game. How does BT? How does it go?
I see this game going 34-10. I do see UAB scoring, especially with this running back that they have. I just see them scoring, but I see us winning this game big, and I just think it's going to be a fast-paced game as far as clock time.
Yeah, because it's going to be
a lot of running, which I pray it do.
That works for me.
Running every play.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, he dropped it. I'm watching South Carolina, Tennessee here. So the thing is, I don't expect UAB to have a ton of success just lining up and running straight at LSU. The teams that have tried to do that have not had a lot of success. Auburn, Ole Miss, Arkansas, Florida. Tennessee runs at a breakneck pace. That's a little bit different. Alabama's got pros everywhere. UAB doesn't. So that's not apples to apples. But LSU's done a good job against running teams this year. I expect that to continue. I think UAB is going to have a hard time moving the ball consistently and scoring points. I think the Tigers will get off to a better start on offense in this game. So I like LSU in this game, and I think that it's going to go the way of the Tigers. And then put all eyes on College Station. If the defense is listening to me on the pregame show, which of course they're not, but if they were, please don't get any targeting fouls in the second half here, so you have to sit out the first half against A&M. Let's make an effort to stay away from targeting in the second half. That's all we can do here from inside the Capital One studios. It has been a blast all season long. here for home games to hang out on the TJ Ribbs Tiger One Village with all the fans and interacting with you all. We appreciate it if you came by, took pictures, got these guys to sign you some autographs, or just listen to the show and watch some football on our TV is always a treat. Sorry we couldn't get out there today. The weather wouldn't allow it, but we had a good time here inside the Capital One studios. And we'll be right back here after the game goes final. 30 minutes after it goes final, we'll be with you for an hour on the Fighting Tiger post-game report, taking your stuff on Twitter and talking about the SEC Western Division champs as they finish off their home schedule against Alabama Birmingham. So let's throw it inside the stadium to the broadcast team. You know him. It's Gordy Rush, Doug Morrow, and the voice of the Tigers, Chris Blair. It is LSU and UAB on senior night. Here come the Tigers.
This has been LSU Game Day.
This is our time. This is our game.
The time for talk is over. Coming up, it's LSU Fighting Tiger football on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Adopt US Kids presents What to Expect When You're Expecting a Teenager. Learning the Lingo.
GOAT, G-O-A-T, acronym, stands for Greatest of All Time. As in, spaghetti sandwiches for dinner? They're my fave. Dad, you're the GOAT.
You don't have to speak teen to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care would love you just the same. Visit adoptuskids.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
In the SEC, we sweat the small stuff. The attention to tradition. The preparation for competition. The smallest things can have the biggest impact on this field and a whole host of other fields. To shine among the brightest stars, you have to sweat the small stuff. Because here, it just means more.
And for today's STEM tip, okay, you know recycling is important. No one wants plastic in the ocean. Here's a cool way to repurpose a plastic bottle. Build an awesome terrarium. Cut a large plastic bottle in half and fill the base with sand, pebbles, potting soil, and your favorite plant. I chose an African violet. Put the top of the bottle over your base and place it in the sun. Your plant will grow sealed in its own ecosystem. Fun, right? Learn more at She Can STEM. A message from the Ad Council.
In the SEC, we sweat the small stuff. The attention to tradition. The preparation for competition. The smallest things can have the biggest impact on this field and a whole host of other fields. To shine among the brightest stars, you have to sweat the small stuff. Because here, it just means more.
Tiger fans, from border to border, coast to coast, and all the ships at sea, LSU Fighting Tiger football is on the air. This is LSU Fighting Tiger football from the LSU Sports Radio Network.
50, 10, 5, touchdown! 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 Fighting Tigers!
A late season matchup between Conference USA and the SEC.
It's game time, baby. Let's go, man.
Third meeting all time with the series tied at 1 win apiece. Tonight, LSU and head coach Brian Kelly look for win number 9 on the season.
Tigers win! Tigers win!
It's the UAB Blazers, the Fighting Tigers of LSU. One more time this season, under the lights in Baton Rouge.
The sun will soon find its home in the western sky, and it will be Saturday night in Death Valley.
And the countdown to kickoff starts now. From inside legendary Tiger Stadium with the call of the game, here is the voice of your Fighting Tigers, Chris Blair.
A cold and rainy night as we gather for one last time inside this legendary stadium on hallowed ground for the final home game of 2022 as the UAB Blazers out of Conference USA come over to take on your number 6 ranked Fighting Tigers of LSU. Hello, everybody. This is Chris Blair, along with former Tigers Doug Morrow and Gordy Rush. Our spotter, Jim Nickel, Patrick Wright with stats, on-site engineers, Stan Catron and Brady Pfister, and our straw stirring the drink back in the Capital One studio, Brian Haldane, welcoming you to legendary Tiger Stadium for tonight's play-by-play story. Well, LSU survived the weather, some illness, and the Arkansas Razorbacks last week up in Fayetteville, 13-10 the final score, and would eventually capture the SEC West. They returned to South Louisiana for senior night, and wouldn't you know, maybe worse conditions with chilly temperatures and steady rain through most of the day. UAB comes in with a 5-5 record, trying to make it 5 straight years being bowl eligible. To do so, they must pick up at least one win here in the state of Louisiana. LSU tonight or the season finale next week up in Ruston against Louisiana Tech. Despite their record, the Blazers, a talented team led by running back Dwayne McBride, who is one of the top running backs in the country. Interim coach Brian Vincent and company have lost those 5 games this year by a combined 27 points, and they come in tonight playing with house money. The Tigers all week have talked about what's important now, and what is important at the moment is UAB, not next week or the week after that. Now they've talked the talk, time to walk the walk. Just the 3rd meeting all time with this series tied at 1 game apiece. The Blazers won back in 2000, and LSU hammered UAB back in 2013, both games being played right here in Baton Rouge. So find your favorite chair, grab your favorite beverage, then kick back and join us for a cold and wet senior night on this final Saturday night in Death Valley. It's UAB, it's LSU, and it's coming up next on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Albertsons is making shopping and saving easier than ever. Check out Albertsons For You in our mobile app, where you can shop for groceries and save weekly with digital coupons all in one place. With Albertsons For You, you can earn rewards points every time you shop and redeem them for free groceries. Brand new Albertsons For You members receive $5 off their next $25 purchase just for signing up. Download the Albertsons app or go to albertsons.com to sign up. Albertsons, fresh food, local flavors.
We're Dudley DeBosier. As an official partner of LSU Athletics, we love being back here on campus.
It's where we began our journey as lawyers.
And it keeps us connected to the community we pledged to serve.
This place has made a difference in so many lives across the state.
And it inspires us to do the same.
We're a law firm that cares about this community.
And that's the Dudley DeBosier difference.
Demand Dudley DeBosier, official partner of LSU Athletics. 444-4444.
Chad Dudley, Baton Rouge, LA 2112230.
When you're a fan, you wear your team's jersey on your back and your heart on your sleeve. After a win, your world glistens. Lose, and the hurt permeates your soul. You'll always have a place with us in the Cox Fan Zone, where everyone can play and connect with other fans in a big group hug. See, in the Fan Zone, you're not some crazy fan. You're home.
Hey, Tiger fans, say Fan Zone into your Cox voice remote to play. Not at home? Visit cox.com/fanzone and go Tigers.
Hey, Tiger fans, your new favorite local delivery app is here. Download the ASAP app to get all of your game day needs delivered right to your door. All season long, make sure to use promo code TIGERS22 to score free delivery and automatically be entered in the Winner ASAP Dinner Sweepstakes for a chance to win LSU tickets, autographed merchandise, and more. That's promo code TIGERS22. ASAP is the official mobile ordering partner of LSU Athletics.
Welcome in to the Countdown to Kickoff from the LSU Sports Radio Network. Delivered by ASAP, the official mobile ordering partner of LSU Athletics, leading you up to Fighting Tiger football. But first, a visit with LSU head coach Brian Kelly. Standing by with a coach, here's former Tiger Gordy Rush.
All right, Coach, this UAB team comes into Tiger Stadium. This has been a salty group over the last couple of years, certainly better than their 5-5 record.
Yeah, this is a well-coached team. Again, as you mentioned, very easily could be an 8-win team. But it starts with their ability to run the football. One of the best running backs in the country. And a really good scheme offensively. They're going to run the inside-outside zone, play action pass. And more than anything else, a veteran team, a lot of fifth-year, sixth-year seniors. This will be a challenge for us today. We'll have to play well.
On the defensive side of the football, they've been multiple up front. What do you expect to see, especially last couple of weeks? Played a couple of 3-5 teams.
Yeah, again, we'll see some more 3 down. You know, obviously last week against Arkansas, very aggressive, wanting to stop the triple option for us. And the triple option being, Jaden being on the perimeter. They didn't want him on the perimeter. So, this is going to be probably a similar look that we see now. So, being ready for that, being prepared. We worked hard this week on, what teams want to try to do to defend us, and be prepared. If they get into 4 down, we know what we need to do there. But look at the scenarios now from week to week as to what teams will do to sell out to stop Jaden Daniels.
Let's talk offensively. Obviously, not your best afternoon. What's been the message this week in practice to get him back on track?
Yeah, again, I think a lot of this is our preparation needs to be better. I think we got to coach our team better. We got to put our kids in positions where, I think, looking again at the Arkansas game, they sold out. They weren't as fundamentally sound, but they didn't care. They were going to just roll the dice and hope that we didn't take advantage of some things. And quite frankly, we've got to be more aware of those scenarios and take advantage. There's a lot of one-on-one coverage situations that we needed to get the ball out. We needed to protect and max protect and get the ball and play more of a one-on-one game. So we've prepared for it. And like I said, our guys will be ready to play because our preparation was better.
Coach, on the defensive side of football, obviously a lot of talk about Harold Perkins, but let's talk about some of the interior defensive tackles that have played a large majority of the snaps in Gay and Wingo and Roy.
Yeah, I think you start there. I mean, Roy has been really good the last few weeks. I think he's really getting into a really good form here late in November, playing very dominant at the line of scrimmage. Obviously, Ali Gay, Savion has been really good, giving us great depth, and Ojolari is there every day. He's chasing, flushing the quarterback out, and giving Harold Perkins a lot of those opportunities to make a lot of plays. So, listen, when a guy makes a lot of plays, you can see his athletic ability, but there's a reason for it too. That front group is hard to block and putting a lot of pressure on the quarterback.
Coach, finally tonight you celebrate 17 seniors being a first-year coach. What has this class meant to you?
Well, they set the standard here. I mean, obviously, we put a lot on them. This is a big change for them from last year to this year, and they really stepped up. And they, as I said, it's graduate champions, and we're going to graduate. We already have 13 that have already graduated, and they're SEC West champions. So our mission is to graduate champions. They've lived it, and they've been part of it, and they've set a great standard for us.
All right, Coach, best of luck tonight against UAB.
Thanks, Gordy. Appreciate it.
All right, we'll take a timeout. We'll be back with more on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Hey, Tiger fans. With the latest John Deere deals from Sunshine Quality Solutions, you're always sure to score. Ask us about our tractor packages with 0% financing available. When your project is powered by Sunshine, you have quality products and a winning team on your side. Learn more at sunequip.com. Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details. Offer ends October 28, 2022.
Hi, I'm Kevin Falk, LSU Hall of Famer. My years at LSU were amazing. I've always loved celebrating with my teammates, especially when someone was serving up some delicious Manda sauce. For a lot of Tiger fans, it's just not game day without Manda in the mix. Serving top quality sauces and original seasoning is Manda's strong side. But it's not Manda's flavor that's always got me running back for more. You get it? Running back for more. After 75 years, the flavor still says it all. Manda Fine Meats, the official smoke sauce of LSU Athletics.
LSU fans, your first bet with Caesars Sportsbook is on us, up to $1,250. Download the app using promo code LSUFull and then place your first bet. If you win, congrats. But if not, you'll get your wager back as a free bet. Open to new users in Louisiana who are 21 or older. Not available in prohibited parishes. Licensed through Horseshoe Bossier City and Harrah's New Orleans. If qualifying bet loses, bet amount returned as credit. Must be used within 14 days. See Caesars.com/promos for full terms. Gambling problem? Call 1-877-770-STOP. Caesars Sportsbook, the official sports betting partner of LSU.
If it's a tale worth telling, it happens at LaBerge. With thousands of games to explore, hot streaks that never end, handcrafted flavors eager to please, and a vibe you'll never forget. It's a story in the making. This one, however, is to be continued. LeBear's Baton Rouge. What's your story? Must be 21 years of age or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700.
Back with more on the Countdown to Kickoff, presented by ASAP, the official mobile ordering partner of LSU Athletics. Let's check the game's starting lineups. Proudly presented by Visit Baton Rouge. Start exploring at visitbatonrouge.com. Here is former Tiger Doug Morrow on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Welcome back to an almost rainy Tiger Stadium in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Doug Morrow along with Chris Blair and Gordy Rush just moments away from the kickoff between LSU and UAB. Let me give you the starting lineups for tonight's game. They are brought to you by Visit Baton Rouge. I'm going to give you the offense for UAB first. At quarterback, number 9, Dylan Hopkins, a 6'2", 215-pound junior. The running back, and a name you will hear a lot, number 22, Dwayne McBride, 5'11", 215. He is a junior. Got 17 touchdowns this year. He is a really outstanding running back, and he is their offense. At wide receiver, number 11, Trey Shropshire, 6'3", 195. He's a senior. Number 19, Dejon Palmer, 6'2", 205. He is a junior. And number 7, Samario Rudolph, 5'9", 180. He is a sophomore. At left tackle, Kadeem Telford, number 77, 6'8", 330. He is a senior. You got that? 6'8", 330. That's a big dude. At left guard, number 61, Matthew Traherne, 6'3", 310. He is a senior. The center, Will Rickard, 6'2", 305. He is a junior. The right guard, number 66, Quincy McGee, 6'4", 320. He's a junior. The right tackle, number 62, Sidney Wells, 6'4", 330. He's a senior. And at tight end, number 48, Bryce Damus, 6'2", 230. He is a junior. LSU will start offensively at quarterback, number 5, Jaden Daniels, 6'3", 200, a junior. At the running back, it has been Josh Williams. He's not going to play tonight. John Emery will start in his place, number 4, 5'11", 220. He is a senior. The wide receivers, number 7, Kayshawn Booty, 6 feet 205, a junior. Number 8, Malik Neighbors, 6 feet 195, a sophomore. And number 10, Jeray Jenkins, a senior, 6'2", 200. At left tackle, a freshman, Will Campbell, number 66, 6'6", 325. At left guard, number 70, Miles Frazier, 6'6", 323, a sophomore. The center, number 69, Charles Turner, 6'4", 295. He is a junior. At right guard, number 75, Anthony Bradford, 6'5", 345. He's a junior. The right tackle, number 50, Emory Jones, 6'6", 335, a freshman. And at tight end, number 86, Mason Taylor, 6'5", 245. He is a freshman. Defensively, UAB will start one defensive end, number 93, Michael Fairbanks, 6'3", 265, a junior. Defensive tackle, number 44, Isaiah Fort, 6'3", 305, a senior. The nose tackle, number 99, Fish McWilliams, 6 feet 315, a junior. The defensive end edge rusher, number 2, Kelly Sanders, 6'6", 255, a senior. The linebacker, number 50, Noah Wilder, 6 feet 240, a senior. The other linebacker, number 7, Tyler Taylor, 6'3", 245, a senior. At one cornerback, number 4, Starling Thomas, 5'11", 195, a senior. And at the other corner, number 5, Mac McWilliams, 5'10", 185, a sophomore. At the nickel, number 0, Keandra Swopes, 6 feet 190, a junior. The strong safety, number 1, Jalen Key, 6'2", 210, a junior. And the free safety, number 12, Grayson Cash, 6 feet 200. He is a senior. LSU will start defensively across the front. Number 11, Holly Gay, 6'6", 265, a senior. Defensive tackle number 92, Makai Wingo, 6 feet, 295, a sophomore. The nose tackle number 99, Jaquelin Roy, 6'4", 315, a junior. The defensive end number 18, BJ Ojolari, 6'3", 250, a junior. The linebackers number 23, Micah Baskerville, 6'1", 228, a senior. And number 30, Greg Penn, 6'2", 238, a sophomore. At cornerback, number 24, Jarek Bernard Converse, 6'1", 205, a senior. The free safety, number 3, Greg Brooks, 5'10", 187, a senior. Strong safety, number 28, Major Burns, 6'2", 187, a sophomore. The nickelback, number 5, Jay Ward, 6'2", 188, he's a senior. And the cornerback, number 2, Makai Garner, 6'2", 217, he is a junior. And you ask yourself, what about Harold Perkins? He wasn't in there. He and Greg Penn alternate at the linebacker. One wears number 30, that's Penn. Perkins wears number 40. Both of them outstanding. Perkins really has stepped forward the last several weeks. He is a superstar already, and not only in the making. So we expect we'll hear a lot of his name tonight. LSU's band playing the alma mater down on the field. Big block LSU letters facing the stands here on the west side. And we'll be back with the BASF formula for success after this break on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Welcome back to our podcast here in the bayous of Louisiana. We are looking for the exclusive multiplier games from the lottery with Louisiana's very first $20 scratch-off and a top prize of $500,000. Wait a tick. We found it! Hold on. What's that sound? I think I'll get a closer look. Wait!
Hey, that's the Explorer! He found the multiplier games!
Thank you, everyone.
Try all 5 multiplier games. You could win up to $500,000. Must be at least 21 to purchase.
It takes true grit to wake up every morning dedicated to a higher standard of work. At H&E Equipment Services, we're leveraging our national fleet of equipment with a local approach, working closely with customers to understand their needs and provide them reliability, fair prices, and the support of a first-class service team. We're an equipment company, run by equipment people. Where others stop, we continue. H&E Equipment Services, the higher standard in equipment rental, sales, parts, and service.
Support your LSU Tigers with Hancock Whitney, the official bank of LSU Athletics. From game day to the offseason, Hancock Whitney LSU credit and debit cards are a big win for any Tiger fan. Want to get your paws on these cards? Well, apply online or visit HancockWhitney.com/LSU. Hancock Whitney Bank, member FDIC. All accounts subject to credit approval. Terms and conditions may apply.
Let's have some fun. The time is right, the party's just begun. Have a good time, strong.
Ford F-Series has been keeping the good times rolling as the best-selling truck in America 44 years straight. And with the smartest F-150 and most capable Super Duty ever built, this dynasty will keep right on rolling. Drive the new 2021 F-150 at your Southern Quality Ford dealer, proud partner of the LSU Tigers. Based on 1977 through 2020 calendar year sales.
We are moments away from the excitement of LSU fighting Tiger football as the countdown to kickoff continues. Presented by ASAP. Time to get the BASF formula for success. BASF. We create chemistry.
The LSU band just completed the national anthem. I would say it's a beautiful night here in Baton Rouge, but that's not true. It is kind of a rainy, misting again. It's been cold, and it's going to be a little bit colder tonight as it goes along. Just not a great day for anything outside. But this is an outside game, and it'll be played, so we'll see how it affects the teams. It's time now for the formula for success presented by BASF. BASF, we create chemistry. Let me start out by telling you a little bit about UAB and who they are, and I'm going to go through their record with you. First game of the year, Alabama A&M, they won 59-0. You say to yourself, man, they must be really good. Well, the next week, Liberty beat them 21-14. And then Georgia Southern, UAB beat them 35-21. And then they played at Rice, and they lost 28-24. They beat Middle Tennessee 41-14. They beat Charlotte 34-20. Sounds like they're on a roll, but not so fast. They lost the next one to Bowling Green 20-17, then to Florida Atlantic 24-17, then to UT San Antonio 44-38. Then they followed up with a win over North Texas 41-21, and that leads into this game tonight against LSU. So this team, UAB, is a pretty good team in that if you look at their record, they are pretty close to winning all of the games that they lost. And that doesn't mean that they would have won them. They could be better. They are going to be better. LSU has to be the one to stand in the way of their becoming better here tonight. So what do they have to do? They have one of the best, if not the best, running backs in the country. 17 touchdowns. I mentioned that to you when I was going through the lineups. Dwayne McBride, 17 TDs, 1,400 yards. He is a really fine ball carrier, and they rely on him. They don't have much of a passing game. It's okay. The quarterback is averaging about 60% passing, so that's pretty good. He just doesn't throw it very much because he has a really good running back. So that's what they're going to do. What about LSU now? LSU had a tough time against Arkansas last week. It was a game in which the Tigers played very good defense. They didn't play really good offense, and the passing game was pretty much non-existent. And it was kind of strange because LSU had gotten where they had started to become pretty good in the passing game as a matter of routine. Every week they were improving and getting better and better and better. They've got really fine receivers, but they didn't utilize them against Arkansas, and that resulted in not a lopsided victory at all. They were escaped, and so we'll wait and see how they do tonight. We'll be back with more pregame after this break on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
When you're done listening to the Tigers take another victory, the rest of the city will be waiting. After all, there's a lot more to Baton Rouge than just Saturday nights. From famous historic landmarks to iconic hole-in-the-walls, even some of the world's best blues joints, there's something special around every corner. But these foodie flavors and soulful sounds are just a sample of what Baton Rouge has to offer. Whatever you're into, it's all right here. Go to visitbatonrouge.com and start putting together your post-game playbook.
Walk On Sports Bistro puts everything they've got into bringing you game day with a taste of Louisiana. Dig into their mouth-watering made-from-scratch Louisiana cuisine like po' boys, gumbo, and voodoo shrimp, plus fan favorites like juicy burgers and fresh salads, all in front of 70-plus TVs with 40-plus beers on tap. Or watching the game at home, Walk On's Family and Friends bundles are available to go. Pick your favorite starter, side, and entree and feed a group of 4. Order online or in the app. Walk On Sports Bistro, more than a restaurant. Together, we are partners, setting a new standard for health. Together, we prove that no matter how battle-tested we are, our spirit remains undefeated. Our Lady of the Lake and LSU are creating transformational change and impacting Louisiana with a new standard for healthcare, research, and education. Together, Our Lady of the Lake and LSU are champions for Louisiana. Together, we roar. Learn more at ololrmc.com/LSU.
Albertsons is making shopping and saving easier than ever. Check out Albertsons For You in our mobile app where you can shop for groceries and save weekly with digital coupons all in one place. With Albertsons For You, you can earn rewards points every time you shop and redeem them for free groceries. Brand new Albertsons For You members receive $5 off their next $25 purchase just for signing up. Download the Albertsons app or go to albertsons.com to sign up. Albertsons, fresh food, local flavors.
This has been the Countdown to Kickoff, presented by ASAP on the LSU Sports Radio Network. Time now for LSU Fighting Tiger football. we go inside the Caesars Sportsbook broadcast booth for the call of the game, along with former Tigers Doug Morrow and Gordy Rush. Here is the voice of your Fighting Tigers, Chris Blair.
Indeed, a chilly night here in the Louisiana capital as we get ready for the final home game of 2022. LSU hosting UAB just moments ago. Toss of the coin. Let's head down to the third member of our broadcast crew for an update. Gordy Rush, how did it go at midfield?
Well, UAB won the toss. They elected to defer, and they are going to kick to LSU, and they're going to kick out of the north end zone. So a little bit of wind coming out of north to the south. So we'll see Jaden Daniels and company in the first possession for LSU. Guys, it's been raining all day here in Tigers Stadium. The field held up pretty good in pregame warm-up. I think the field will be fine. For me, I think the factor is more it continues to rain. It's cold, a little windy here. You gotta imagine that's going to affect the passing game some. We'll keep an eye on that from the sideline. Chris?
Thank you, Gordy.
Thank you very much, Gordy. LSU's captains for this game, which we didn't have time to call, so I'm going to call them now. Number 11, Ollie Gay. Number 6, Mike Jones. Number 18, B.J. Aguilari. And the game captain, number 88, Evan Francione. So UAB is going to be kicking off from our left to our right. Here to give you all the play-by-play, the voice of the Tigers, Chris Blair.
Thank you, Doug. Reese Burkhardt, sophomore, will tee it up at the 35-yard line. As Gordy told you, he will kick it off to LSU. He'll be kicking left to right as we look down on the field towards the south end zone here at legendary Tiger Stadium. Back deep, Noah Kane for the Tigers. Again, not a capacity crowd as you would expect on a very cold and wet afternoon and into the evening. Current temperature 44 degrees here in Baton Rouge. Here's the approach. Boot meets ball, and we got football here in Louisiana. Short kick, returnable kick, fielded by Kane at about the 2-yard line. Far side hash. Cuts middle of the field, breaks one tackle, and up across the 20 to about the 21-yard line. That's where LSU offensively will start off tonight in this non-conference affair. We will see Jaden Daniels. Last week struggled in the cold up in Arkansas. Just 8 of 15, 86 yards. Passing for the game, no passing touchdowns, and just his second interception of the season offered up early in that game. Also had a fumble, very uncharacteristic of Jaden Daniels this year. Again, the Tigers lucky to get out of there with the win. We'll see John Emery in the slot. Now they'll move him back to the left side of Jaden Daniels at the snap. First down and 10 from the 21. Quick fire out to Neighbors. Caught at the 25. Pulled back, but he'll reach a 4-yard gain. Devondrick Bynum, the senior out of Dallas, there to make the stop. UAB, as we mentioned, 5-5 on the season. But as Coach Kelly told us and told everybody this week, much better than their 5-5 record, including a secondary that's 11th in the nation in pass efficiency defense. Very experienced and talented secondary going up against these receivers. Second down. Daniels going to air it out far side, looking for Neighbors. Caught over the shoulder at the 35. Rumbles inside the 30. They'll mark him down at the 27-yard line of the Blazers. 47-yard strike on second down right out of the gate.
And LSU started it out just the way they should have started last week against Arkansas, with a long pass up the right sideline. Great pass, great reception for the first down.
On 1st and 10 from the 27, flip it out far side to Taylor. Steps inside the 20, near the sticks. Maybe got 11 yards on that reception. Inside the 20, down inside to the 16-yard line. Tigers quickly inside the Capital One red zone. Capital One, proud supporter of LSU Athletics. What's in your wallet? The Tigers scoring 89% of the time inside the Capital One red zone. 70% they get touchdowns. Ball placed on the far side hash. Tigers attacking right to left. Daniels working with Emery in the backfield. Two receivers out wide to the left. Jack Besh in the slot to the left side. Wide to the right is Malik Neighbors. Here's the slap and the snap. Daniels looks left towards the end zone. Throws it up. Jeray Jenkins can't hold on. Incomplete. In the back left corner, it was Starling Thomas on coverage for the Blazers. Jeray just couldn't hold on. Again, good throw. Only Jeray could make a play on it.
I'll tell you what LSU's come out doing, though, is challenging the secondary of UAB. They didn't do much of that last week against Arkansas, and it really cost them. This is a way of making up for that.
2nd down and 10. Again, inside the red zone at the UAB 16-yard line. Shotgun snap Daniels. He's going to keep. Run off the left edge. Near side hash. Tripped up inside the 10 and dropped at the 9-yard line. Tackle made by Grayson Cash after an 8-yard scramble. Design run for Jaden Daniels. Something we did not see a lot of last week. Again, for very good reason. After playing 6 straight SEC games, Daniels probably a little worse for wear. They took it easy on him running the football last week, but he gets a good scamper there. It'll be 3rd down upcoming here for the Tigers, a short 3. Again, just inside the 10-yard line of UAB. Daniels going to pull, and up the middle he will go, and just shy of the 5. Stopped at about the 6-yard line, but it appears he has enough for the 1st down on a 3+ yard gain. Little wrinkle there, pulled and went right up the middle. 1st and goal now for LSU as they mark it just outside the UAB 5-yard line. Opening drive for the Tigers. This will be the 7th play of the drive that started at the 21-yard line of their own. 12-16, just underway, 1st quarter.
Daniels faked it to Emery and then followed him into the hole and cut to the left for the 1st down.
Shotgun snap. Emery on the wing to the right. Emery will get the carry inside the 5 and then push back there. Stood up and dropped. They'll say he got to the 5 with forward progress. Thought he got a little more than that. Fish McWilliams, the junior out of Pensacola, making the tackle. Got his hands on him first. Good to see Brian Thomas Jr. back out there. He lined up wide to the right. Unavailable last week, going through concussion protocols, but Coach Kelly saying this week they expected to have him back. He's a big factor out there wide for the Tigers. 2nd down, goal to go from the UAB 5. Thomas again out wide to the right. Ball on the near side hash. Shotgun snap Daniels again off to Emery. Emery inside the 5, working his way down near the 3-yard line. Maybe picked up 2. That is about it. And will set up 3rd down and goal from the UAB 3-yard line. Maybe just inside the 3, short of the 2-yard line. Substitutions coming in as Malik Neighbors checks in for Kyron Lacey and Jeray Jenkins back on the field. Brian Thomas Jr. will come to the near side. 3rd down, goal to go from the 2. Opening drive under 11 minutes remaining here in the 1st quarter. Daniels steps back in the shotgun. Emery on a wing to his right. They'll motion Jeray Jenkins just off the line to the right side. Hand off Emery. Steps to his right. Into the end zone. Touchdown. Fighting Tigers. John Emery. 2nd rushing touchdown on the year to match 2 receiving touchdowns on the season. From 2 yards out, and the Tigers draw first blood, 6-0 with 10:44 to go in the 1st.
And LSU with that same motion in the backfield that they ran a little while ago, where Daniels kept it on a keeper after making the handoff fake to Emery. This time, he gave the ball to Emery, who bounced to the outside, went in standing up for the score.
Good start for the Tigers. Take the opening kickoff right down the field. We'll see Damian Ramos come on, trying to make it a 7-0 ball game. Slade Roy snaps it back. Placement is down by Bramblett. Kick is up, and it's good. 7-0 LSU on a 9-play drive spanning 79 yards, 4 minutes and 11 seconds. And your Fighting Tigers on the board. Timeout on the field. 7-0. LSU leads UAB. Back to Tiger Stadium after this on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Hey, Dad, your prescription will be ready in just a minute. Hey, Dad, your laundry will be ready in just a minute. Dad, your lunch will be ready in just a minute.
Hey, honey, why don't you take a minute?
When you help care for a loved one, you give them as much time as you can. But it's just as important to take time for yourself. AARP can help. Find free care guides to support you and your loved one at aarp.org/caregiving. That's aarp.org/caregiving. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
The passion, the tradition, the rivalries. SiriusXM is your destination for all things college sports, and we've got your school covered. On SEC Radio, there's complete coverage of every school in the conference, including live games, plus 24/7 talk and analysis. So cheer along online or on the SiriusXM app and listen to your favorite team anywhere. And now, as a college student, you can stream your first 3 months of SiriusXM for $1. Fees and taxes apply. See offer details and subscribe now at SiriusXM.com/SEC Sports.
It's 4 a.m.
Monday, and you're literally sucking baby snot through a tube because she's congested. Man, that's love. And if you love her that much, love her enough to make sure she's buckled in the right car seat. To make sure your child's in the right seat for their age and size, visit nhtsa.gov/the right seat. Show them you love them. Keep them safe. Visit nhtsa.gov/the right seat. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
The passion, the tradition, the rivalries. SiriusXM is your destination for all things college sports, and we've got your school covered. On SEC Radio, there's complete coverage of every school in the conference, including live games, plus 24/7 talk and analysis. So cheer along online or on the SiriusXM app and listen to your favorite team anywhere. And now, as a college student, you can stream your first 3 months of SiriusXM for $1. Fees and taxes apply. See offer details and subscribe now at SiriusXM.com/SEC Sports.
Hear the Tigers roar. This is the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Great start for LSU. They lead 7-0. Took the opening kickoff, 9 plays, 79 yards. As John Emery would find the end zone from 2 yards out, his second rushing touchdown on the season to make it a 7-0 LSU lead, a UAB to get the football for the first time tonight coming up. Listen up, Tiger fans, introducing the greatest hits from the lottery. Play Hit 50. You could win up to $1,000. Visit any lottery retailer. Pick up the Hit 50 today for your chance to win. Remember, it must be at least 21 to purchase. So we'll have Nathan Dibert tee it up for LSU at the 35-yard line. UAB set back deep here to receive this football. Dibert improving over the last several weeks, putting it in the end zone. Thomas and backup running back Jermaine Brown back deep. This one in the air, going to be returnable, going to be fielded at the 4-yard line by Brown, far side, cuts back to his right, now up the middle of the field, across the 20, 25, cuts to his left, he's across the 40, up to midfield, he's got one man to beat inside the 35, and LSU will bring him down at the Tiger 30-yard line. It was Jeray Jenkins who eventually able to pull down Jermaine Brown Jr. with a great return, and UAB, after getting down early, will set up shop inside the LSU 30 on their first possession of the night. Another special teams breakdown after tons of momentum, Doug, after the opening drive. LSU putting 7 on the board.
And that is certainly contrary to the way LSU wanted to start on defense. Remember last week against Arkansas, it was the LSU defense that kept them in the game, and as a matter of fact, won the game for them. This time, they give up a long return to the 30-yard line in UAB's first possession.
First down and 10 at the 30 after the 66-yard return. A little dump off near side inside the 25 to 20. Inside the 15-yard line, the tight end, Bryce Damos, the junior out of Huntington, West Virginia, gets 17 yards. And quickly they jump inside the LSU red zone here on the first play of scrimmage. This is a team, we talk about their running game, fairly balanced, 209 yards per game through the air, just under 250 on the ground. The lineup again in a pistol set. First down and 10 from the LSU 14-yard line on the near side hash. Here's the snap. Hopkins, the quarterback, looks, fires down to around the 7-yard line. Catch coming hauled in by Shropshire. He'll be stopped there after a gain of 7 at the 5 of LSU. Shropshire with his 31st catch of the year, 2 years at Glenn Junior College before making his way to Birmingham. So it'll be second down and a yard. Got to reach inside just shy of the 4-yard line for UAB. Hopkins again in the pistol formation. Dwayne McBride, the single back. McBride will get his first carry, and inside the 5, he will find his way into the end zone. McBride with his 18th rushing touchdown of the year. Came into the game tied for second in the country with rushing touchdowns. And after the 66-yard kick return, just a couple of plays, and UAB a point after away from tying this one up. It's 7-6 LSU.
Well, you think when the team met the day after the Arkansas game, this is kind of the way they planned it out this week? Because I don't think so. I don't think they intended to score and then give it right back up.
Matt Quinn with the point after. It's good. He remains perfect on the year. 38 of 38 on point afters. And both teams, quick scores. UAB a little quicker. LSU took 9 plays down the field. UAB somewhere under 5. And they find a way into the end zone to tie it up. Actually, 3 plays. 30 yards, a minute 12 off the clock, and tie the game 7-all with 9:19 remaining. Here in the first quarter of action, we mentioned McBride, first carry. It's a touchdown. Leads the nation with 156 yards per game on the ground. Second in total rushing yards this week with over 1,400. And as I mentioned, coming in tied second in the country for rushing touchdowns. He will help his cause there early on in this contest. LSU's defense let down by special teams. But again, a couple of good pass plays by Hopkins, and then the handoff to McBride. And that's the answer that Coach Bryant Vincent, the interim head coach for UAB, was looking for. So now Burkhart will tee it up at the 35-yard line. Noah Kane again back deep. Had a 19-yard return last time up to the 21. Here's the approach. Burkhart put it in play. Line drive, end-over-end kick. This one will find its way into the end zone. Bounce out for a touchback, and LSU will start first down and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Fans Capital One offering checking and savings accounts with no fees or minimums. What's in your wallet? Second possession for the Tigers here.
First and 10. Tigers at the...
Doug, you have to hope they come out as efficient as they were in that opening drive.
Chris, quick note, the rain stopped for the last 5 minutes or so that certainly helps the passing game, I believe.
First down and 10 at the 25. Daniels again working with Emery in the backfield. Gives the handoff Emery. Sidesteps a defender at the line. Crosses the 25, the 30. And stopped at about the 34. Just shy of the 34-yard line before Noah Wilder, leading tackler for the Blazers, comes in with 96 tackles on the year. And good enough for 19th in the country. They give up 8 yards on the carry. It'll be second down and 2 from the near side hash. Daniels now in a pistol formation with Emery. Motions Jack Besh from left to right. Here's the snap. Daniels going to pull. Try to spread it far side. Hit from behind. Stays up right across the 35. Works his way to the 40-yard line. Picks up the first down. Adds more, including 4 more yards. Needed 2. Got 6. And they'll move the chains for LSU.
Well, Jaden Daniels with the fake handoff around the right side, then kept it himself. Broke a couple of tackles. Picked up the first down, but he took some pretty good licks on the way down.
Good pressure on the handoff as well. He made the decision to pull, but UAB had plenty in the offensive backfield. On first down, the throw out, far side catch going to be made by Jack Besh. Besh into UAB territory, down near the 40-yard line of UAB, an 18-yard reception, just his 11th catch of the year. Been battling back issues most of the season, but a great grab there. Sets up first down and 10. Mark the ball at the 41-yard line of UAB. Trip receivers to the left side, including Thomas, Besh, and Taylor. Lone receiver to the right, short side of the field, is Kyron Lacey. Emery, the featured back once again on the left hip of Jaden Daniels. On first down and 10, here's the snap. Give it off, and Emery fighting through the line and almost able to get out of a shoestring tackle. Gets down to the 36-yard line of UAB after a gain of 5. Keandre Swoops, the junior out of Hartselle, Alabama, able to hold on to the ankles and bring him down. But it'll set up second down and 6. Favorable yardage here. Under 7.5 to go first quarter. Tie game 7-7. This time 4 wide, 2 to the right, 2 to the left. Now they'll motion Taylor from right to left. Move trip receivers to the left at the snap of the football. Trying the swing pass near side, going to be deflected and knocked down. UAB got their hand up there. It was Drew Tizama, junior out of Raleigh, North Carolina. Started his career at Syracuse. Pretty good pressure in the backfield, Doug. And that time Tizama just put his hand up, knocked it down.
Well, Daniels kind of telegraphed it as he lifted his arm up. It made it pretty obvious where he was going to try to throw it. That allowed the defender to get his hands up and bat it down.
3rd down and 6 for the Tigers. Looking to convert, keep this drive alive. Second possession of the ball game. Tie game 7-7. Daniels with the ball in his hands out of the shotgun. Flips it off near side. Caught at the 35. Down to the 30. Noah Kane hauls it in. Little swing pass to the running back. Had a lot of green grass. Secondary had to come up to make the tackle. Picks up 6 yards and a first down for LSU.
Daniels took the snap and he scanned the field, couldn't find another receiver open. Saw Kane in the right flat, flicked it out there for a nice reception and the first down for LSU at the 30-yard line of UAB.
One receiver right, one receiver left. Double tight end set here as Daniels moves a little to his left, steps up in the pocket, lets it go. Catch made at the 13-yard line. Far side, outside the numbers is Jenkins. Inside the 10, down to the 5-yard line of UAB. 25-yard gain on the pass. And once again, the Tigers inside the Capital One red zone. What's in your wallet? Man, was Jure wide open. Came across the field. Daniels extending the play, moving left and then stepping up. Fires the bullet. First down, goal to go at the UAB 5. Trying to break a tie, 7-7 ball game. Kane stays in at running back, moves to the right hip of Daniels. Kane will get the carry. Comes to the left side, cuts back into the end zone. Touchdown, Fighting Tigers. 5-yard touchdown run by Noah Kane, his 5th rushing touchdown of the year, and the Tigers back on top, 13-7 with 5:59 remaining here in the first stanza.
Well, playing like this last week would have kind of made it a little more certain early in the game than it was. It was a hard-fought victory for LSU in a low-scoring game, but this is just the opposite tonight.
So now Ramos on, trying to add one more. Bramblett puts it down. Ramos swings the foot, and it is good. 14-7, LSU on top. 5:59 remaining first quarter. We got a timeout on the field. Your Tigers up by a touchdown. Plenty of time left early, midway through the first quarter. 13-7, rather 14-7 the lead. Back after this on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
When you open a crisp, cold Bud Light, you know game day is here.
You owe me $5.
We mean every sound. Enjoy responsibly. 2022 Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
With no fees or minimums and no overdraft fees, banking with Capital One is the easiest decision in the history of decisions. Even easier than choosing Slash to be in your band.
Next up for lead guitar. You're in.
Cool. Yep, even easier than that. With no fees or minimums and no overdraft fees, is it even a decision? That's banking reimagined. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One NA, member FDIC.
When you're a fan, you wear your team's jersey on your back and your heart on your sleeve. After a win, your world glistens. Lose, and the hurt permeates your soul. You'll always have a place with us in the Cox Fan Zone, where everyone can play and connect with other fans in a big group hug. See, in the Fan Zone, you're not some crazy fan. You're home.
Hey, Tiger fans, say Fan Zone into your Cox voice remote to play. Not at home? Visit cox.com/fanzone and go Tigers. Southern Air Heating and Cooling is proud to be an official sponsor of LSU Athletics. Their team of AC professionals have been serving the comfort needs of the people of Louisiana for over 25 years. Much like the fans of the Tigers, our commitment to Tiger athletics and providing great service remains as strong as ever. Southern Air Heating and Cooling. Go Tigers!
When you open a crisp, cold Bud Light, you know game day is here.
You owe me $5.
We mean every sound. Enjoy responsibly. 2022 Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Hear the Tigers roar. This is the LSU Sports Radio Network.
2 possessions so far for your Fighting Tigers and 2 touchdowns. This last one, 8 plays spanning 75 yards, 3 minutes and 20 seconds. Noah Cain finds his 5th rushing touchdown of the year from 5 yards out. It's 14-7 LSU with 5:59 remaining here in the first quarter. Fans, the holidays are here, and that means the Toyota-thon is on. Experience the true joy and magic of the season in a new Toyota. Hurry into your local dealer or visit Toyota.com today. Nathan Dybert now tees it up at the 35, kicking this one towards the north end zone. 66-yard kick return by Jermaine Brown. Set up the Blazers in fine fashion. Eventually they found the end zone to get their first touchdown on their first possession. LSU's defense hoping special teams can give them a little more room to work with. Here's the approach. Kick on the way. And Dybert this time will find the end zone. It will be a touchback. First down and 10 at the 25 for UAB. Dylan Hopkins, the junior quarterback, was Conference USA All-Freshman back in 2019. Got injured against Western Kentucky this season. Did not play against FAU or UTSA. And of course, 2 of those losses of the 5 for UAB. But Hopkins pretty efficient. 8 passing touchdowns, 2 rushing touchdowns. Has thrown 2 interceptions. But Dwayne McBride is the story offensively as he picked up his 18th rushing touchdown here at Tiger Stadium just a few minutes ago. In the shotgun is Hopkins. First down and 10 from the 25. Trip receivers to the left. Set up the screen, and Harold Perkins blows it up. Back at the 22-yard line. Loss of 3. Flipped it out to Ferrier, and Harold Perkins cuts him down quickly.
He makes a statement, doesn't he?
He really gets his money's worth every time he makes a stop, tackle, strip sack, whatever he does. It'll be 2nd and 13. Substitutions coming in. Fouché checks in at the safety position for LSU. Perkins now on the left side of that defensive front. B.J. Ojulari to the right side. Hopkins on the shotgun snap. Quick fire up across the 26-yard line, but stopped. They'll say he got near the 28 on the grab by Dexter Boykin. Jarek Bernard Converse got his hands around him first. Brings him down after a short gain. They'll give him 7 yards, however, after losing 3 on the opening play. It'll be 3rd down and fairly manageable at 3rd and 6. From the near side hash, they'll send 3 receivers right, 1 to the left. McBride on the right hip of Hopkins. Now they'll motion a receiver, have 2 by 2. Hopkins looking left, throws and catch up around the first down sticks at the 35, just shy of the 36. Hauled in by Rudolph, the junior out of Mobile. Picks up the first down for UAB. We roll down near 4 minutes, 30 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. That 7-yard gain keeps the drive moving here for the Blazers. Swing it from the near side to the far side hash now. First down and 10. Just beyond the 35-yard line of the Blazers. Pistol formation, McBride behind Hopkins. Here's the snap. Hopkins gets the carry and going to be pulled down quickly after getting to about the 38, and that's a very kind spot. Perkins and Greg Penn combining on the stop. Harold Perkins, of course, the headline last week, but Greg Penn, his best game as a Tiger, according to Matt House. Coach Brian Kelly, he led the Tigers with 10 tackles in that win over Arkansas. So it'll be 2nd down and about 9 from the 37.
Tell you down here, Chris, this is a good-looking UAB offensive line. These non-conference games, usually there's a size mismatch. That's not the case tonight.
No, they've got some size up front and some veteran players. Hopkins on play action, stands in the pocket, pumps a couple of times, then fires. And to the 45-yard line, catch is going to be made by Rudolph. Wasn't an easy catch right on the sideline. They'll mark it inside the 45 to the 42, a 20-yard gain, and that was a tough catch. Hopkins took his time deciding, Doug, and then finally let it rip, and rewarded by Rudolph's great catch.
Rudolph just kind of set up along the right sideline between the short LSU defender and the deep defender, and he just waited for the ball to be thrown to him, then went and made a very nice catch.
Hopkins so far 6 for 6 on the night at quarterback. Handoff, and again hit at the line, but moving forward inside the 40 is going to be McBride. He picks up 5 yards before being dropped. 2 minutes and 50 seconds remain in the first quarter, and UAB again, Gordy mentioned it, very big offensive line and very veteran. A lot of guys spending time Mississippi Gulf Coast, Northeast Mississippi, and of course Kadeem Telfort started his career way back in 2017 as a Florida Gator. 2nd down and 6. Ball placed at the 38-yard line of the Tigers. Hopkins sends the screen out far side. Blockers are there inside the 35, the 25, the 20, inside the 15. Eventually brought down T.J. Jones. His 26th catch of the year and a perfectly executed screen, Doug, with great blockers on the far side.
Well, there were 3 receivers on the left side. 2 of them blocked immediately upon the snap. The other made the reception and then broke a tackle up the sideline to about the 11-yard line of LSU. First down.
27-yard gain. Again, Hopkins perfect on the night. 7 of 7. For 83 yards. It'll be 1st down and 10. Ball just outside the 10-yard line of LSU. Here's a sprint out by Hopkins, the fire and the catch at about the 9-yard line. Hauled in by Shropshire again, his 2nd catch of the night. Brooks was on coverage, brings him down. So a gain of a couple. It'll be 2nd down and 8 at the 9-yard line of LSU as the Blazers make some substitutions up front, as well as at the skill positions. They'll send out 2 receivers left. The ball just inside the near side hash. They'll go to a pistol formation. Hopkins along with McBride. Here's the snap. McBride gets the carry, goes left, cuts back right. LSU is there, but again, churning those strong legs, able to pick up yardage down near the 6-yard line, a gain of 3. He's one of those backs, again, 5'11", 215 pounds, low center of gravity. It's going to be hard to stop his momentum. LSU got him at the line of scrimmage. Harold Perkins grabbed him around the waist, but got carried down to the 6. 3rd down and 5. UAB can find a 1st down at the LSU 1.
But here's where LSU's got to make a play. They need to force UAB into either a field goal or stymie them from getting any points.
Tigers had a 4th down stand last week in the first quarter against Arkansas. Hopkins looking to throw, now decides to run and will be pulled down back behind the 10-yard line. It was Ali Gay pulling down the quarterback, a loss of 5. That sack brought to you by Train. It's hard to stop the Tigers, and it's hard to stop a train. Great play by Ali Gay, his 2nd sack of the season. One of the seniors honored tonight before tonight's ball game. Great play that the Tiger defense need. Sets back UAB, 4th down and 11. And it looks like they'll try a 29-yard field goal. But first, the first quarter rather, comes to an end. So we have played one here at Tiger Stadium. And the Fighting Tigers of LSU lead over UAB 14-7. The Blazers setting up for a field goal of 29 yards when we come back for 2nd quarter action on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Albertsons is making shopping and saving easier than ever. Check out Albertsons for You in our mobile app, where you can shop for groceries and save weekly with digital coupons all in one place. With Albertsons for You, you can earn rewards points every time you shop and redeem them for free groceries. Brand new Albertsons for You members receive $5 off their next $25 purchase just for signing up. Download the Albertsons app or go to albertsons.com to sign up. Albertsons, fresh food, local flavors.
Welcome back to our podcast here in the bayous of Louisiana. We are looking for the exclusive multiplier games from the lottery with Louisiana's very first $20 scratch-off and a top prize of $500,000. Wait a tick. We found it! Hold on. What's that sound? I think I'll get a closer look. Wait!
Hey, that's the Explorer! He found the multiplier games!
Thank you, everyone.
Try all 5 multiplier games. You could win up to $500,000. Must be at least 21 to purchase.
Hey, everybody, let's have some fun. The time is right, the party's just begun. Have a good time.
Ford F-Series has been keeping the good times rolling as the best-selling truck in America 44 years straight. And with the smartest F-150 and most capable Super Duty ever built, this dynasty will keep right on rolling. Drive the new 2021 F-150 at your Southern Quality Ford dealer, proud partner of the LSU Tigers. Based on 1977 through 2020 calendar year sales.
And we're back with breaking news. Coke Zero Sugar might be the best Coke ever.
That's right, Jim. Coke Zero Sugar is a must-try for any Coke fan, so make sure you... Jim. Jim. We're on the air.
Ooh, yes, this tastes like the best Coke ever to me. Your thoughts, Jen?
Well, can I have a sip?
Jen, we're in the middle of reporting the news.
I need to try it first.
Second quarter action, presented by Dudley DeBosier, continues on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
All right, 15 minutes left in the second quarter as we start the second quarter in Tiger Stadium. Gordy Rush with a sunshine sideline report as UAB about to attempt call it a 29-yard field goal when we resume action. First quarter, to characterize it, it's been offense. And how about this? A lot of passing. LSU has thrown for 113 yards, and UAB with that dominant running attack, they've only rushed for 8 yards. They've thrown it for 85. They've had a lot of success through the air. And Chris, that'll happen sometimes on a field like this when it's really not raining. The receivers know the route they're going to run. The defense has to react and plant their feet on this wet surface and make a cut. And it's been advantage offensive receivers in the passing game in the first quarter.
Yeah, we were all talking earlier this afternoon how it would be a running game with this rain and possibly wet turf. Not according to Mike Denbrock and Darren Hinshaw, respective offensive coordinators. As Gordy mentioned, it's been all through the air for the most part for both teams. It will be UAB to start the second quarter, trying for just about a 29-yarder, hash mark far side for Matt Quinn. Came into the game 11 of 16 on field goals, well within his range. He hit a 51-yarder to open the season against Alabama A&M. Here's the kick. It's on its way, and the kick is good. So UAB able to cut the lead a little bit, make it 14-10 now. LSU leads by 4. Another timeout on the field. We'll take one with them. LSU will get their third possession of the night when we return to Tiger Stadium in a moment on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Adopt US Kids presents What to Expect When You're Expecting a Teenager. Learning the lingo.
GOAT, G-O-A-T, acronym, stands for greatest of all time. As in, spaghetti sandwiches for dinner? They're my fave. Dad, you're the GOAT.
You don't have to speak teen to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care would love you just the same. Visit adoptuskids.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
The passion, the tradition, the rivalries. SiriusXM is your destination for all things college sports, and we've got your school covered. On SEC Radio, there's complete coverage of every school in the conference, including live games, plus 24/7 talk and analysis. So cheer along online or on the SiriusXM app and listen to your favorite team anywhere. And now, as a college student, you can stream your first 3 months of SiriusXM for $1. Fees and taxes apply. See offer details and subscribe now at SiriusXM.com/SEC Sports.
And for today's STEM tip, okay, you know recycling is important. No one wants plastic in the ocean. Here's a cool way to repurpose a plastic bottle. Build an awesome terrarium. Cut a large plastic bottle in half and fill the base with sand, pebbles, potting soil, and your favorite plant. I chose an African violet. Put the top of the bottle over your base and place it in the sun. Your plant will grow sealed in its own ecosystem. Fun, right? Learn more at She Can STEM. A message from the Ad Council.
Second quarter action, presented by Dudley DeBosier, continues on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
14-10, LSU leading UAB in this non-conference affair. Conference USA versus the SEC. UAB going down the field. Eventually drive stalled inside the red zone. They had to settle for a 29-yard field goal based on a great play by Ali Gay, the senior, with his second sack of the year after UAB had reached the 5-yard line, put them back behind the 10. They decided to go for the field goal. 11 plays, 63 yards, 5 minutes and 59 seconds into the second quarter from the first to second stanza. And that 29-yard field goal by Matt Quinn puts us at 14-10. LSU with the lead. Fans, have you considered a plan from People's Health before? We'll take another look. They've listened to your feedback and enhanced their benefits and network for 2023. Doug, it's interesting. Gordy, a few moments ago, talked about the passing game being on for both teams. Daniel, 6 of 8, 113 yards. Hopkins for UAB, a perfect 8 of 8 for 85 yards, while the touchdowns have come from the running backs. The secondary for both LSU, which has really been a strength most of this season. And as I mentioned, the veteran secondary for UAB struggling to adapt in these conditions tonight, at least thus far.
Well, you know, Chris, it's funny the way those rascally offensive and defensive coordinators try to trick each other into calling plays that nobody expected that they would. And both teams have done exactly this. They've gone away from the way that they played last week. And LSU's been successful. UAB almost successful. They got a field goal out of it, but LSU kept them from the touchdown. So let's see if LSU can get another 7 points out of this drive and kind of create some separation.
Reese Burkhardt again approaches the football at the 35, and here's the kick. Right down the center of the field. And this one will take a bounce near side into the end zone for a touchback. It'll be first down and 10 at the 25-yard line. This UAB defense on the season, giving up 21 points a game, about 338 yards total offense, which, by the way, is 29th in the country. Just 156 yards on the ground per game, 183 yards through the air. And again, very surprising when you look at the stats on a 5-5 team. Also, under 500 in Conference USA. Their defensive statistics are near the top in the conference in virtually every category. First down and 10 at the 25 for LSU as Daniels takes the first shotgun snap. Plenty of time. Throws down the field and just out of the reach, incomplete at the 45 to Jeray Jenkins. Had to go up. Couldn't pull it in with both hands. Pretty good coverage, but a chance to make that play. Just couldn't hold on. It'll be second down and 10 for LSU.
Chris, I've gotten a lot of text and on Twitter. There's been questions about Kayshon Boutte, who's not played yet. I have not seen him. I asked about him, and I was told that we would see him at some point. So I'll leave it at that.
Sunshine sideline report. Be interesting to see when Boutte gets on the field. Here's an RPO and a flip out to the near side to Taylor, and Taylor up the near side hash up across the 35 to the 40, gains 15 yards and a first down for the Fighting Tigers of LSU.
Good to see LSU using both Taylor and Besh early in the ball game. Those are effective receivers in addition to the other many receivers LSU has. And they can overload a defense, particularly like UAB has, by just spreading it all over the field and making completions for long yardage.
Rain is steady once again here at Tiger Stadium on 1st and 10. Daniels again all day in the pocket. Unloads near side. Neighbors with the catch inside the 30 of UAB. Tripped up around the 25-yard line. They're going to mark him inside the 25 to the 23 on a great pitch and catch of 37 yards. Is now the rain getting a little harder here at Tiger Stadium. It'll be first down and 10. Mark the ball at the 23-yard line of UAB. Trip receivers left, one to the right side. Emery the running back. Daniels again. This time flushed out of the pocket and will go down at about the 24, so a loss of a yard as he was just trying to get out of the pressure. UAB able to tighten that pocket. What great concentration by Neighbors on that last catch. Isaiah Forte was there to bring down Daniels on that first down play. It'll be second down and 11 here, just inside the 25-yard line, and now the rain visibly coming down heavier. 13:22 to go here in the second quarter. 14-10 LSU leads. Playing on the UAB side of the field. Handoff. Nope, Daniels going to keep it out to the left side. Needs some blockers inside the 20 and tiptoes on the far sideline before stepping out. Maybe right at the first down sticks. And he comes up a little hobbly. I think maybe lost his shoe. He did. He'll put his shoe back on. Got nervous for a minute there as he was kind of hobbling back towards the sideline. He was just looking for his kick. Jeray Jenkins with a great block out there, able to spring him for the first down. It'll be first and 10. Mark it at the 12. UAB, 3 down linemen here. As the Tigers send 2 receivers left, 2 stacked to the right side. Handoff Emery, little stutter step, and the ball comes out. Still loose and still on the ground. UAB says they have it down around the 8, and it will be Blazer football. Emery just did not hold on, just squirted out. Let's see, got hit and the ball knocked free. And going to be picked up, I believe, by Noah Wilder, the linebacker for the Blazers, and the turnover gives it back to the Blazers with 12:29 to go in the second quarter. LSU working inside the red zone, but the turnover, their 10th fumble of the year, gives it right back to the Blazers. LSU leading 14-10. Timeout on the field. We'll return after this on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
He's got a seam. He's down the near side hash.
Tiger fans, if you've ever wanted to listen to the LSU Sports Radio Network while watching your Fighting Tigers on TV, now you can, and it's easy to do.
Just pause the TV. Use the LSU Sports mobile app to stream the audio on your smartphone or tablet. Connect to a smart speaker, then wait for the audio to catch up to the point your TV is paused. Push play, and you are all set.
Watch the Tigers and listen with the LSU Sports Radio Network and the LSU Sports mobile app.
15-10-5, touchdown, Tigers!
In the SEC, we sweat the small stuff. The attention to tradition. The preparation for competition. The smallest things can have the biggest impact on this field and a whole host of other fields. To shine among the brightest stars, you have to sweat the small stuff. Because here, it just means more.
Hey, so what's a great way to spread awareness that driving high is illegal everywhere? A catchy song, of course.
You can run, but you can't drive high. You can run, but you can't drive high.
Friendly reminder, don't drive high. If you feel different, you drive different. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
In the SEC, we sweat the small stuff. The attention to tradition. The preparation for competition. The smallest things can have the biggest impact on this field and a whole host of other fields. To shine among the brightest stars, you have to sweat the small stuff. Because here, it just means more.
12:29 remains here in the second quarter. LSU coughing up the football, just their first turnover of the game, but this one on a wet and cold night. Turnovers could be a big factor. LSU came in +4 on the season, and again, I talk about this defense for UAB with a 5-5 overall record. They come in +1 turnover margin. They get the first one of the night as Emery coughs it up inside the 15-yard line of the Blazers, and UAB will take over now. First down and 10. They'll start at their own 8-yard line. See if LSU can at least work it back to field position. Jermaine Brown Jr., very good running back in his own right, will check in for the first time and get the carry, and between left tackle up across the 10 up to the 13-yard line before Greg Penn able to bring him down. A gain of 6 gives the Blazers a little breathing room here. Second down and 4 upcoming. Ojulari on the right edge. Harold Perkins Jr. lining up on the left edge. At the line of scrimmage here. Pistol formation. Second down and a short 5 for UAB. And now we got whistles. Halting action.
Ball start. Offense, number 91. 5-yard penalty. Remains second down.
So the first penalty of the game goes against the Blazers. Back him up 5 yards. So second down and 9 will back up UAB. Again, Hopkins, the QB, will line up in a pistol formation. Here's the snap, looking to throw, unloads near side and off the mark into the sideline. He was looking for Shropshire again. Threw it behind him. Shropshire never looked back. And it's incomplete. Sets up third down and 10 back at the 8-yard line.
LSU with a big chance right here. 3rd down, about 9 to go for UAB, and LSU's got them deep in their own territory. Now's the time to come up with a big-time play, get possession of it deep in their territory once again, or try to cause a fumble or an interception.
LSU's offense would love to get some field position here after coughing up the football. Here's a fire to the 14-yard line. Going to be short of the first down. A catch hauled in by backup tight end Terrell McDonald, a junior out of Muscle Shoals. He'll pick up 5 yards, but it will be 4th down and about 4 here for UAB. We'll see Kyle Greenwell come out, senior punter out of Thompson Station, Tennessee, averaging about 45 yards per punt, as Greg Clayton Jr. will set up shop at the 45-yard line of the Tigers. 11 minutes, clock moving, second quarter, 14-10 LSU leading over the Blazers. So Greenwell will receive this snap about a yard deep in his own end zone. Should let it fly from about the 3 of his own. Here's the snap, and he does. Angling near side, Clayton having to backpedal, fields at about the 37-yard line, and will be brought down as he crosses the 40 up near the 43. There is a flag down. It came flying out right after Clayton made the grab. We'll see what Jason Autry, our crew chief, finds out from his colleagues and what the call is. Again, it came out as soon as Clayton brought in the football after a 49-yard punt. So talking it over with the line judge. We'll get the call here momentarily. LSU with the football, 10:36 remaining, second quarter. Looks like this is going against the Tigers.
Personal foul, receiving team number 80, blocking a player while out of bounds. The 15-yard penalty is enforced from the end of the play. It's first down LSU.
So the Tigers have the football, but we'll get backed up a little bit. We got a timeout on the field. 10:36 remaining before halftime. LSU leading 14-10. Back after this on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Together, we are partners, setting a new standard for health. Together, we prove that no matter how battle-tested we are, our spirit remains undefeated. Our Lady of the Lake and LSU are creating transformational change and impacting Louisiana with a new standard for healthcare, research, and education. Together, Our Lady of the Lake and LSU are champions for Louisiana. Together, we roar. Learn more at ololrmc.com/LSU.
It takes hard work to be the best in the game. Planning, commitment, resilience, sweat. That's why Old Dominion Freight Line, the #1 national LTL carrier for quality, works hard to be the best in the game and is proud to support those striving to be the best in theirs. Old Dominion Freight Line, official freight carrier of LSU Athletics, helping the world keep promises.
Hey, it's Jan from Toyota, reminding you that Toyotathon is on and here to help make your holidays extra magical. How? Maybe it's driving in a Tacoma in search of the perfect hill to sled down. Or surprising loved ones in a RAV4 hybrid.
You made it!
And seeing their faces light up when you pull up to their home.
Dealer inventory may vary. Current offers on these vehicles end November 30th. Offers are subject to change throughout Toyotathon, which ends on January 3rd. See your participating Toyota dealer for details. Toyota, let's go places.
Second quarter action, presented by Dudley DeBosier, continues on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
LSU leading over UAB 14-10, 10:36 remaining here in the second quarter. While we have a moment, let's pause 10 seconds. Station identification. This is Fighting Tiger football on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Hear the Tigers roar worldwide. The LSU Sports Radio Network and the LSU Sports mobile app.
Back inside the Caesars Sportsbook broadcast booth, legendary Tiger Stadium, regular season home finale, honoring 17 seniors before tonight's game. And UAB, you know, you looked across college football on this particular Sunday, or Saturday rather, Doug, 11th week of the season. A lot of out-of-conference, non-conference matchups. A lot of people said, well, these should be laughers. But coming into this one, Coach Kelly talked about it. UAB, don't be fooled by the 5-5 record. They're a veteran team. They're one of the oldest teams in college football. They've got a top-notch, one of the best running backs in the country. So you got to be focused. This is not one of those easy cupcake non-conference games, and so far it's proved it. 14-10 LSU by 4.
You know, with all of those games that were played by top-ranked teams this afternoon and tonight, there were a lot of surprises. You know, the teams that were exposed to blow the opposition away, some of them barely eked out a victory. Some of them didn't eke out a victory at all. I don't know the latest on the Tennessee score, but they were behind a while back. Let's see what that is.
Yeah, currently they're still trailing, getting a little tighter there in Columbia. 42-31, the Gamecocks leading late in the third quarter. First down and 10. LSU going to hand it off, and it'll be Noah Kane off the left edge. Crosses the 25, only got to about the 26-yard line. Again, LSU backed up after a penalty on the punt return. It'll be second down and 5 after the 5-yard gain by Kane. Mark it at the 26-yard line. Another interesting score we'll tell you about in just a moment after this play. Second down and 5 for LSU. Daniels working with Kane. 2 receivers left. Now they'll motion Taylor. Trip receivers to the left side. Daniels looking left. Throws underneath. Catch grabbed at the 29. And they make it forward progress just shy of the 30 for Brian Thomas Jr. And it will be just shy of the first down. So third and short upcoming in Fayetteville. Boy, Arkansas upset. They let LSU get the win last week, taking it out on Lane Kiffin and the Rebels. 10:45 to go, third quarter. Arkansas 42, Rebels 6. Third and a yard for LSU. Ball placed on the far side hash. They'll send 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left side. Noah Kane remains the running back. Tigers 3 for 3 on third down. They'll give it to Kane. Kane going to try to bowl his way to the first down sticks. Going to be stood up and looks like he got the spot beyond the 31-yard line. They should move the chains, and they will. First down, LSU. Other scores around the SEC today. Into the third quarter, Missouri ahead of New Mexico State 35-7. Alabama blanks Austin Peay. Not impressive, however, 34-0. More impressive, Mississippi State puts down ETSU 56-7 up in Starkville to remain perfect at home this season. On first down and 10, Daniels flips it out in the flat far side. Brian Thomas Jr. with the catch. UAB able to bring him down after he reaches the 39-yard line after a gain of 8. Again, great to see Brian back out there. Bynum was on the tackle for the Blazers. Texas A&M overwhelming favorites today over UMass, a team that came in 1-9. They struggled early, tied early 3-3, but eventually the Aggies get the win, break that 6-game losing streak. They make UMass now 1-10 after a 20-3 Texas A&M win. Second down and 2. Daniels again wants to throw, looking for Jack Bash, who looked to be tackled at the 45-yard line, couldn't hold on, incomplete. Well, they say it was timed out perfectly. No flags on the play. It'll be incomplete. Not sure Besh agreed on that. How about Vanderbilt getting a win at home over Florida, 31-24. First time Vanderbilt has beaten Florida in Nashville since 1988. Those scores brought to you by the Caesars Sportsbook scoreboard update. Third down and 2. Sprint out to the near side. Pass to Neighbors. Neighbors at the 45. Across midfield. Forced out of bounds inside the UAB 40 to the 38-yard line. First down and 10 for LSU after the 22-yard pitch and catch. Jaden Daniels improving last week. As we told you, 8 of 15 for just 86 yards so far in this one. Throwing the ball effectively, 11 of 15, 177 yards as we have a player slow to get up. It's going to be Starling Thomas for UAB.
Neighbors was the inside receiver on a 3-man pattern on the right side. There was a wide receiver on the line of scrimmage and then 2 in the slot. Neighbors was the inside man in the slot. Just ran an out pattern about 8 or 9 yards, made the reception and then turned it up to the sideline for a first down. So a very nice play, one that was very safe. Good reception and a good first down by Neighbors.
Thomas on a knee. being looked at now, helped up and on his own power, going to make his way to the far sideline. So a good sign there for Coach Vincent and the Blazers. 8:04 remains, second quarter. LSU leading 14-10. Tiger fans, stop by, see your local Southern Quality Ford dealers, take a test drive, get amazing deals and low financing on a new car, truck, or SUV, and let the good times roll. LSU looking at first down and 10. Now at the UAB 37-yard line. Daniels, by the way, 11 of 15, 200 yards. And Malik Neighbors, 4 catches, 112 yards of those 200 passing yards. Empty backfield here for LSU. First and 10, again at the 37. 3 wide to the left, 2 to the right. 4-man rush. Daniels, plenty of time. Offensive line holds. Throws into the flat. Catch made by Jeray Jenkins at about the 34. And he's brought down there by Wilder after a gain of 3 yards. It'll be second down and 7 as we approach 7.5 minutes remaining here in the second quarter. LSU will send 3 receivers out wide to the left, including Neighbors, Besh, and Thomas. Now Kane moves from right to left hip of Daniels. The shotgun snap, flips the screen out to Neighbors. Neighbors got to make a one-on-one move, but a great open field tackle will bring him down after a loss of a yard at the 35 by Jalen Key, junior out of Tallahassee, his 44th tackle of the year. Made a great tackle, and Neighbors trying to get the one-on-one move, couldn't do so, loses a yard. It'll be second down and 6 back at the 35, rather third down and now 8 after losing a couple of yards. 3 receivers right, 2 to the left. Again, an empty backfield, 5 wide set, 3 down linemen, actually 1 down lineman. 3 at the line of scrimmage for UAB. Here comes pressure. Daniels feels it. Now he's going to run. Far side hash, skips through a defender at the 20, tries to spin and pulled down at the 11-yard line. Basically pulling out all the cheat codes on that run. Gets the Tigers inside the Capital One red zone once again on a gain of 23 yards. First you had the high stepping, and then one more spin move, and sets up LSU inside the red zone once again. Handoff going to be Noah Kane, and Kane holds on to the ball and rambles his way down to the 6-yard line off right tackle. Down to 6:04 remaining second quarter. Again, LSU knocking on the door, and we've got a timeout, I believe, taken by UAB.
No, referee timeout. We have chain issues. The chain got stuck. Chain gang had some difficulties matching up with the down marker. They're all set now.
Now they get it set.
There we go. Those guys, it's wet and cold for those guys too.
Absolutely. Having to perform under pressure here. It'll be second down and 5. The Tigers can reach a first down at the 1, but they're looking for the end zone here. Leading 14-10. Under 6 to go in the second quarter. From the far side hash, Daniels working with Kane in the backfield. Besh in the slot to the right. Thomas wide to the right. Handoff Kane, left tackle. Going to be hit at the 2. Extra effort gets him down near the 1-yard line. He'll be stopped there just shy of the goal line. And he's very close to picking up the first down to make it first and goal. And waiting. It will be first down, goal to goal. Handoff Noah Kane, and his second score of the night. Moves to his right, busts his way into the purple promised land. And the Tigers extend the lead 20-10 with a point after upcoming. That time UAB on that drive started to get worn down. LSU picked up the first down. It was almost as if, Doug, the first down was inconsequential. They didn't care. They were lined up ready to go. UAB was looking around a little bit. And the Tigers hit him right square in the mouth on the handoff to Noah Kane. Damian Ramos on, trying to add one more. Here's the snap, set. Kick is up, and the kick is good. 21-10 LSU now on top of UAB after an impressive 12-play drive covering 79 yards in 5 minutes and 16 seconds. Noah Kane, 2 rushing touchdowns on the night, and the Tigers lead 21-10. 5:20 remaining before halftime. Back after this on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
In the SEC, we sweat the small stuff. The attention to tradition. the preparation for competition. The smallest things can have the biggest impact on this field and a whole host of other fields. To shine among the brightest stars, you have to sweat the small stuff. Because here, it just means more.
It's 4 a.m., Monday.